Ai, koe ia ia ko te iri taurunga tū, taurunga pai, taurunga mā tika tika, taurunga mārangaranga i ka mā matike maranga morena, and welcome to the 2020 PTL series. My name is Te Aorere Pewhairangi, and joining me in the commentary box for this one is Grant Robinson, Operations Manager here at Touch New Zealand. E hoa, welcome. We have a big one. Northern Strikers coming up against the 07 Heat in this third place final in the women's division.
Yeah, kura. Should be a great one. Both teams had a good hit out this morning, but they are looking amped and ready to finish off and take that little win to get that third and fourth playoff for today.
Yeah, and we're out here in Te Tai Tonga o Tāmaki Makaurau, South Auckland, here in Papakura, and it's a fine day out there, but there's a little bit of wind. Maybe that could contribute to the gameplay today.
Yeah, I think it'll definitely be an aspect to it. Certainly the games early on, we saw definitely checking out some of the players going with the wind for those long balls, but certainly in this, when you get into the finals ones, it'll be tightening up and getting down the field to start.
And here are our team lists as we see the Northern Strikers going up against the 07 Heat. In this, let's start with the Strikers team. E hoa, who are we looking out for?
Well, definitely the co-captains there, so Ashlyn Waka Iraya and Tia Nuutai, they will be leading from the front, but what I've really liked, the Foster sisters have consistently been in this all through the tournament. Zoe Sosic definitely really strong in the links in there. They are probably my standout, so if they form their good combinations, I think they got a really good shot at this today.
Yeah, absolutely, and we look over to the 07 Heat side. We know this Waikato Bay of Plenty, they're just a breeding ground for young talent. We see it, Rotorua boys, Rotorua girls, Hamilton boys and Hamilton girls, so no doubt a lot of those players will be coming through the system. As we see the Strikers, they will have the first roll of the dice. They make it to the 7. A few rule changes this year just to open up the game. It's not a 5 metre line anymore, 7 metres. So we see a backdoor play here. They go to the plus. Little pop open. They were open there, but unfortunately the pass didn't stick.
Yeah, a little disappointing. They would have been looking to get one right off the bat there. Now they're going to have to really push up defensively to make sure this 07 Heat doesn't get all the way down the field. And they've had some great yardage plays, certainly seeing their game earlier this morning. So they'll be looking to get right down onto that 7 and have a strike off the back of this. As we see Nikki Combi, good dump set, strike through, broken through the defence, and 50-50 call. What do we got? Referee says dotted down right on the sideline, so turnover to the Strikers, but great set all the way through from the 07 Heat.
Yeah, absolutely. Can't ask for a better start than that. They defend that first set and then they go coast to coast and kill the ball at the far end. We see Northern Strikers here have to use up 2-3 touches just to get some fresh legs on. They're up to their 4th touch here. They look to set for a scoop play, roll into this last touch, and it's some good yards here. Nice little quickie play straight through the middle.
And that's just what we were saying about before. Tia Nuutai just leading from the front, got the ball back, and a little bit of footwork, and it just seemed to open up there. So not usual, you'd see that you'd be a bit tighter in that defence early on in the game, but yeah, I'm sure Tia will be pretty happy with that one.
Yeah, and she brings a nice calming influence to this side. One of our stalwarts in the game, as we see 07 Heat now look to reply. This is their first set off the tap. They'll come to this dingo play. Unfortunately, there's a little bit of a fumble in there.
Yeah, maybe just a little nerves. They do creep in as you get into these final games, but just need to reset themselves here and try and push up on that Strikers. Maybe try and get the same little turnover and get another line attack. As the Strikers get just over halfway. Nice touch there, just disrupted the play. Strikers need to reset here. Good yardage play, and I'm thinking again that's Holly Williams on the back end of that ball. She's been a real standout in this too, in all of the tournaments, really getting on the play on the attack side.
Yeah, that's right. As we see 07 Heat now, they look to bring some fresh legs onto the field. A little bit disjointed at the moment. They look to set up in the middle here. Both teams finding it easy to make their way up the field. And they're rewarded there with a penalty.
Yeah, just caught them offside here, and Mary's probably going to look at a quick inner dive. She's got a great dive. One of my probably standouts for the 07 Heat that I've seen through this tournament. Mary Iramia Allen has some great skill sets, nice dive, long wingspan as well, which certainly helps her to reach that line. So looking forward to seeing her get on the ball a lot today in this game.
Yeah, we have a lot of young talent coming through, showing what they have. As we see another quickie play here. They're really going to that right to left, to that far corner there. Might be a bit of wind blowing towards that way. The
wind's just changing around a little bit, so maybe they've picked up on that and looking there. Definitely the right to left is probably the stronger passes for most of the girls, so if the wind is going against that, that's going to be a tough one in that corner as the strikers just get through the yardage pattern, get a drive over halfway now. Tia there on the ball again, setting this up. Looking like she's going to get 32. Charlie Foster just driving in, late cut, picked up the touch. Not a bad set. Now they're going to set their line here and push up, try and get some real pressure defence on the 07 Heat.
Yeah, I'm liking the arm wrestle out there at the moment. They're not looking to force their hand too much. They're just looking to complete their sets and waiting for that error to creep through before they can attack. So we see both sides throwing the ball around just to steal a few extra yards before the last play. So we see the fifth here. They'll look to go scoop. Goes the open side, but unfortunately another fumble.
Yeah, that will be Nikki, won't be happy. She was on the ball there and looking to go. She'll be one of their attack weapons, as is Morgan Morrow, the captain of the 07 Heat team, who was sitting there in the link. I think she was waiting for she'd maybe made a call, was waiting for something, but need to now defend up here as the strikers come across into the green zone.
So Northern Strikers look to get their second. They'll bring their link on here. Bring it straight in for a backdoor play. Comes off the right foot. Yeah. What's the ref calling that? Penalty. Not too sure what that was for. Might be offside.
Yeah, referee's been really good at picking up with these new rulings, just about dropping early, especially on those defensive sets, so they've got to continue to push forward the whole defensive line there. And that's with that 7 metre line now. That gives the attacking team real advantage to get that little bit more room that the defenders have to get back onside and then push back up. They can't hold or drop early at any stage. So a little bit of changes. Certainly the players should have adapted and have done through this tournament. But nice consistency from the referees that we've seen on that, which just allows the players to get that clear in their mind and adjust their games accordingly.
Yeah, we did see a few penalties in the first and second series as we see another scoop through. Has she found the mate? Yeah, and they're going to give it. So the 07 Heat, they strike back and draw it up here. Just 8 minutes to go in this first half.
Yeah, just a bit of lost communication about where they were there. It just opened up massively. I think looked like the defensive middle pulled straight, maybe thinking she was the right middle, but it was the left middle, had to chase down, but they were already through. In great connection with the link, which I think was Layla Iramia to dot down there for the 07 Heat.
So we all draw it up here. You see Northern Strikers, they're back on the ball. They look to go to that bow just to bring in the links into their attacking plays. Here we see another dingo coming down the lane. Long ball, good defence. I'm liking the 07 Heat's defence here. Sticking to a nice just corner and shut policy, forcing the long ball and recovering.
Yeah, again, nice defence. Knew probably that the balls were going to go right to left there with the wind as well from the strikers, so they definitely strengthened up that side. Morgan trying to just draw a little bit of penalty there. Nicky on the ball now, looking to shape, and just caught it dummy half there.
Yeah, and she's penalised for it.
Good defence by Holly Williams in the end. Referee continues through, and strikers get good yards now, setting a nice platform. They should have a good attack zone here. Zoe just getting a little bit to the side, giving them plenty of room to work with now. Use of the ball to just bring it back to the middle of the field. Looking like they might run a sweep play. Drive in, come early and draw on the penalty. There we go. So just starting to drop early.
Yeah, and we see this new rule. You can't creep forward, and it's even the links and the wingers. They also have to move as if they're getting up to make the touch. We see a lot of players getting penalised. And I'll be honest, at my local module down in Papamoa, I was sent off because I was the third offender, not to roll off the line. So the refs are really cracking down on it, especially here at the PTLs, as we see a backdoor play.
Good touch, Nikki Crombie coming across, just tightens up through that middle. It almost looked like the gap was open for Zoe there, but Nikki, plenty of experience, just at the last minute makes that touch. Looking to cover again. Once again, like you said, great defence by the Heat.
Yeah, as we watch this replay, here's that backdoor play again. She goes down. Yeah, touch was called. Watch the replay one more time. They're looking to go to these backdoor plays. The 33 backdoor, the 33 loop. The variations that the strikers are running. But 07 Heat back on the ball now. See the wind's picking up and the flags out the back there. Nice little left foot step. Chopper line. Good save by the winger. But they're penalised. You often see there off the back of a good rolling set through the middle of the field.
Yeah, just the defender just creeping, maybe not getting that one extra step in. As we know, 7 metres. It's a lot of these players have had that kind of ingrained in them. We know exactly what 5 metres is, how many steps that is, and what the body feels like for that. So just adjusting to that, and it will take a little bit of time. But yeah, referee, good call there. Just caught them offside. Sweep play, gets on the outside by the looks of the link. Yeah. And Chanel Tarafiti looks like she comes up with the goods on that one.
Yeah, and it was just man on there. It was just a nice little jink out here. Backdoor play. Just put herself in a good position even before she caught the ball. And the 07 Heat take the lead here. 2-0 in the first half, 4 minutes to go. So we see Northern Strikers, they're back on the ball. Like to get one back before the half. Running that chopper line. Yeah, looked a little bit forward. The refs agreed.
Yeah, it's a good play, but they just didn't quite have it set up initially, which meant the Heat weren't really drawn into that. Just stayed in their man on, and that was easy enough to pick up. They've got to tighten up and really create those defences to shut first, and then that will open up that what looked like was going to be a passive play out the back. But they really need to create that defence first for that, and they might get another chance here as the strikers pick up. And the Heat, another penalty down on the line.
Yeah, and it's just another little offside play there. As you said, the muscle memory. These girls, they already know intuitively where the 5 metre line, but it's 7 now, so have to go back extra 2 or 3 steps every time. So we see Northern Strikers, they've set again for this backdoor platform. They go the blind side, nice variation, look for that follow play. But once again, great defence by the 07 Heat.
Yeah, Tia there just trying to milk a penalty perhaps, a little bit strong in the ruck, but refs having none of that. Just trying to get, as you said, if you get a second and then a third penalty in that zone, you're going to be one player down for a set. Strikers couldn't come up with the goods there, just got a little bit lost in their play, and the Heat look like they'll be able to drive out of here. Nice strong start.
Yeah, as we see this Northern Strikers team, They're not being reactive on defense, they're being proactive, but unfortunately, this is the replay once again. And that's making the attack a little bit disjointed because the defense is presenting something. They're not waiting for the attack to come at them. So we see a couple more errors creeping in towards the back end of this first half. Might be a little bit of fatigue out there. It is hot.
Yeah, it's definitely hot, and that wind just picking up every now and again does sap the players. Second game of the day. And yeah, those little errors are costly because the Heat do all that defensive work, get down on the line to have an attack, and a little bobble like that, the heads drop pretty quickly. So they'll be looking to freshen that one up, and maybe in this last set, just as we head down towards the end of the first half, just look for a really good platform, get right down there. And as we say that, I pick up Kimo's old commentator curse. He's not here today, but his commentator curse as it happens, turnover, and the strikers might get a chance to notch one up here.
Yeah, they get one more attacking set here for the end of this first half. And we see have some strikers out there to do the job. Unfortunately, the back door wasn't there. Bit of a smile, but they'll set up again for this platform. Look like they're going to go short side there. Not a lot of space. It's covered nicely by the 07 Heat.
Drew a penalty out of that too. I think there, yeah, just a couple of their players or the Heat just dropping early, so they've been picked up again. Good consistent refereeing here. And the strikers get one last set chance. Quickie on there on the link. No room for the winger. Good defence sliding again from the Heat. As we're running down, we might get one or two shots at the line here. As time's coming down. Holly Williams on the ball again. Play on, says play on, no. Toucher was onside. Yeah. And the Heat should just look to complete their set as we get through this. Nice strong yardage pattern. Driving straight down through. Get some fresh legs on. Might get a chance for a little scoop off the end here. Good fly defence by the winger. Created that turnover.
Yeah, and that's good defence there by the Northern Strikers. Just coming up, being proactive on that fourth touch. Just presenting something to the attack. Not giving them enough time to set. So you see, we're rolling a little bit over 20 minutes here. So this is overtime here in the first half. As we see a nice sharp play there by the winger.
Tia.
Once again, just great defence by the 07 Heat. And I think what they're doing is they're pushing well from the inside, and it's allowing the outside players just to release a little bit earlier.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They started nice and tight, and they just push out on that. Push out once they've set their platform and defensive. I mean, they've had a pretty exceptional first half in that with the 07 Heat. What they need to do here is just bring that connection through down to the end of this field where they're getting a chance. Maybe here now, as we see, execute, get a whole set on the line, and let's see what they can bring. And they might just grab another one before we head into the halftime break.
Yeah, and that's a nice finish to the set there. Good positive yards up the middle, and they're rewarded towards the end with a penalty, and it's just that easy left foot step.
Morgan Morrow. Yeah, she loves to be down that end of the field rather than the other end, and that just shows very, very well composed. Just a quickie play, looked at what the defence was doing. See here, nice and composed, getting the right players, actually getting both up there. Quickie, looked to step back. Other player drifted off defensively, and she just cruises through.
Yeah, and she's been one of the standout players for many years in the touch scene. As we see her still plying her craft out there, as we see the Northern Strikers. I'm not too sure what's happening out there in terms of the timing, but the unofficial time ran out about 2 minutes ago, so they're getting a bit of extra time out there.
Yeah, but as with all the plays that we do, it goes to referees. Referees control the whole thing, so perhaps the timing is a little bit off, but the referees get to control the whole on-field, so they'll have their watches all synced and ready to go. So, hey, we get to see more touch, so it's not all that bad, is it?
Absolutely, and these players are our elite players in New Zealand, so their bodies are ready for this. As we see the 07 heat, nice little check-offs as they make some yards. I look to Bowen for a 32 platform here. Yeah, they come short side once again. Nice work again. Nikki gets the drop ball down, but Nikki on the ball, nice and experienced again, picks the short side, plenty of room to go through in there, and just looking for her two attackers to cross over. Nice work by the winger to go in and looking to chuck it in, but gets knocked down, and strikers get the ball to come out of their line now. Yeah, I've commended those 7 heats defence in this first half, but some nice shadow play there by the Northern Strikers. Just the same man, and as you said, that winger did chop in and the link went around, but some good mirrors out there as we see a nice roll here from this Northern Strikers side. Touch was called, but the ref said play on, and the Strikers strike back.
Yeah, we'll see on the replay. Is it Tia, I think, he gets to sweep through. Nice play. Play on by the referee, so good ears by the players to continue on. Quick dot down for the Strikers. And now the heat will be driving down. We see Morgan back on here, looking to get another one. She'll be looking to dot down again. Another quickie play. Set up, goes on the outside. Feeds the link straight to the winger. Good hands. Draws a penalty, I think, there for not moving forward. Gives the heat another shot, and as we see, Morgan says, give me the ball again, I want another one.
Yeah, we see the quickie platform. They look to go to that second phase. As we hear the hooter go for half time. They'll get one more roll of the dice in this first half. Chopper line, nice feed.
Good defence by the Strikers there under a bit of pressure with a couple of sets on their line. As we head to the half, we've got must have been a touch and a pass, so they're just going to play this one out. Yep.
That is half time. The score at the split, Ikoma 3-2.
So that's our score at the end of the first half. In this third place final, 07 Heat lead the Northern Strikers 3 points to 2. As they go into the box there, Hoa, a pretty good start by the 07 Heat there.
Yeah, I think so. I think coaches Ani Nock and Holly Graham will be fairly happy, really happy, I would say, around the defensive structure which they've got in place in there, and probably just a little bit more consistency getting through that field, getting down to the line and executing on the line. They've had a few opportunities down there, a couple of drop balls or fumbles, which they'll be wanting to tidy up on. But yeah, I think overall the Heat women, they'll be pretty happy with where they're at right now.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, Heat has some good defence once again, but we see this first try scored by the Northern Strikers as we watch the highlights. Let's turn now to the Strikers. A little bit disjointed at times, but they came out with a couple good tries.
Yeah, they've. I think that comes down to the combinations that we've seen through the tournament, which are helping them. There is a little bit of disjointedness there, but the times they've been down to attack, they've got some good opportunities, good line attack, and they've managed to pick up a couple of good tries. They'll be looking just to stay a little bit more connected, try and decrease those penalties, especially around the line, so they really don't want that 07 Heat to get time on the ball at the attacking zone.
Yeah, and that's where we're seeing both sides find the line, is when off the back of a penalty or a fumble. And as you said, these players need to look at maybe changing their transition and setting a better platform. We talk a lot about the Strikers coming off the scoop towards the back end of the set, but just important is the person dumping the ball, laying that good foundation with a good nice touch, strong in the ruck. So we see these ladies, their last call before the final half of the 2020 PTL series here in Papakura. 07 Heat going up against the Northern Strikers in this third and fourth final. As we see one of the wingers out there carrying her drink bottle, which means she'll be out there for most of the game. She has a drink bottle on the far end. It means she's not going to come off too often, so she'll have a quick water on the side. As we see the 07 Heat back with the ball. They'll get the first roll of the dice here in the second half. As we see, come back down the lane. They go. Come to this blind side. They'll just reset here. Here's a backdoor play. They go. The short side. Nice right foot step there. They break the line. Yeah, and they called the touch. There's some good defense there by the Northern Strikers. Fifth and final here. They'll look to hold this one out. No dummies. No late cuts. As we see a late cut there. And there's the commentator's curse. No, unfortunately, they've recovered.
Yeah. I think they're both those last two touches, like great attack, but excellent defense. The one prior, Holly Williams making a touch just as the player looked to get the ball down. Winger there, another great set. So well done. Strikers will be happy to get away with that. And now they've really got to push forward through, get their yardage up, and hopefully get a crack on the back end of this on the goal line.
Yeah, we see Northern Strikers get some fresh legs on for this attacking play, and they just look to go hands. Nice. And that's just a nice finish off a good transition.
Yep, exactly that. Must have exactly what the coaches will have been talking about. Defend that set out. Nice structure through here. Charlie Foster gets the ball back, feeds through, and they get that overlap on the Heat in the corner, and great little touchdown in the corner for Strikers as they draw it up.
So, at 3-3 here, just under 18 minutes to play in this third and fourth final. 07 Heat, a little bit disjointed there. 2-3 players wanting to get on the ball. So we see the scoop. And once again, good mirrors there by the Northern Strikers.
Yeah, good defense there. Again, I think that was probably, if I'm right, Nikki Crombie using that experience to sneak on through once again. She's absolute dynamite out here. She's gone through 3-4 times. Look at that footwork. Beats her defender. Looking for the space. Had the opportunity. Good defense. The Strikers were right there, but didn't matter in the end as they dropped the ball. It was a nice play. Strikers. Holly Williams looking to set that one up. Great defense. Heat just managed to make that touch. Turnover, but look at that Strikers' length of the field from that. They'll be happy with that, even though they didn't get the try.
Yeah, it's a good answer there by the Northern Strikers to dare it up and then go to the length of the field, complete the set. 07 Heat now with some fresh legs. Look to get into the attacking zone. Fifth and final there with a scoop play. And the ref's called play on. Will there be a penalty off the back end of this? No, hand it over. So, have a bit of an injury out there.
Yeah, hopefully nothing too serious there for Mary. She's been in all the action so far for the 07 Heat, and don't want to see her miss the rest of this game. So hopefully just a little tweak of the ankle or something there. She'll come off, get a little bit of ice on that and recover, and look to come back out as the Strikers come down on the goal line. Charlie Foster feeds one. Good defense again. Oh, no. Referee does say they were just rolling back early on that one, so here we go. And this is what we want to see. Push out, nice and strong in defense. Needs that extra run. Tia gets the play on call, and again, so composed, eh?
Yeah, absolutely. It just brings that calming influence to the side. And she knows, she's identified that her player is offside. Yeah, just about a metre short there, and just rolls through. Makes it look easy, but that's just identifying the weaknesses in the defence. So 07 Heat here, back on the ball. They'll take it down.
Morgan get back on the ball again. Looking to work that to strikers, looking to see if she can pull that penalty. Gets another quick one. Gap space there. Oh, looks for the release. Wasn't quite the Sunny Bill, that one. But you might need to work on that. She's normally pretty good in being around the sevens game as well, so it's definitely in her repertoire, but maybe in the touch circles a little bit harder to get that one away.
Yeah, absolutely. She does bring a wealth of experience. Cross-code player. She's also tall, which really helps on the defensive end of the field. Long arms, tough to get past. But we see Northern Strikers, they get another roll of the dice here. They get a repeat set. They look to go just for a quickie play. Dummy the quickie and then go the outside line. But unfortunately, the pass couldn't stick. So we see the 07 Heat here. They'll look to just complete here. Get back into the arm wrestle. Get some fresh legs on. Nice positive defence there. Proactive on defence. Te Tai Tokero in this transition area. Northern Strikers. So you see flyer there. And that's not a bad finish to the set.
Yep, definitely at the moment there's all these ebbs and flows, and this one right now is just, I think, about this, just the yards. Complete your set, drive down, as we said earlier on, just trying to pick up a penalty off the back end of it as the strikers look to up the tempo a little bit and use the space. Quick down ball, Tia on the ball again, plenty of space, opening up to the left winger. Nice pass, that's a nice finish.
Yeah, we saw earlier from this Northern Strikers side where they just run the ball. They don't look to take a dump, and they just go through. Nice, easy hands. 2 on 3 there. Pick the right option with a long ball over the top. The Northern Strikers extend their lead. So the 07 Heat here look to strike back with this backdoor play, and look at that length. Nice, easy dive.
Yeah, ankle can't have been too bad. Mary getting straight back on there. She'll shrug that one off till the end of the game. And look at that. That's what we've seen all this tournament. Each round we've seen that over and over again. Nice sweep play set up. Mary comes around the back, and with that length, it's very, very hard to get back 7 metres and then get off the line and try and make that touch. So using her skill sets and abilities to the fore in that one.
So we see 07 Heat close the gap there. Northern Strikers have a lead, 5-4. So they go this backdoor play once again. But as always, 07 Heat defence just up to the task.
Yeah, Holly just getting in here, 3-3 pick, looking to go. Good defence by the winger, shut in there nice and strong. I think if the strikers link had a chop line there, would have really drawn that winger in, which created the outside space, but wasn't to be in that time. Penalty now called by the referee. I didn't quite see what the signals were there. Oh, a little jersey pull holding the player as we went through, which gives the strikers now another chance with Holly Williams on the ball. She'll look to get down on the 7. Maybe Quickie get it back. Oh, but not straight. Little error there. They did not want that one.
Yeah, so these little errors creeping into the back end of this second half. As you see, there's not much in it. Whoever can hold the ball and complete their sets get to a good platform on the 4th. So we see a little bit uneasy here for the 07 Heat. 15 final now. Yeah, a little bit just disjointed there towards the back end of that set.
Yeah, not what Holly and Annie will be wanting there. They would have wanted a strong finish, especially with Morgan and Mary there paired up in that pod to have an attack line, and now they've got to do the defence right down as the strikers come in, get a chance. Little 3-3 play again. Looks for that link once again, but haven't drawn the defence out to really do anything at this stage. So Heat looking nice and strong. Little chop line. Well defended once again. So just need to probably look at a little bit of variation here, I think. Maybe draw them into a second phase, so that it draws that shut process and gets the outside. But certainly the strikers coming off the back of a strong yardage pattern. The speed of play is where we've seen them sort of pick up that opportunity. So not getting stuck and static on the goal line, I think, is where they want to be looking at. And we'll see as the 07 Heat get a recount, which means they'll get a full set on the line here. Looking for the... Oh, yeah. Good play there. So 33 was faked the peel and gave the quickie play, which just kind of opened up for Amani Shepherd.
Yeah, and she makes it look easy here. Just the easy left split, left foot, then the gap opened up. We've seen that a couple times here, a bit of miscommunication in the fence. Both middles pulling a corner and just opening up in the middle there. So, unofficial score, 5-all. And we saw earlier, it wasn't a televised game, but did go into the drop off in the semi-final for the men's. Northern Strikers beating the Manukau Raiders.
Yeah, very, very tight game, and that dropped the ball on that one. That could be crucial. But yeah, great game just earlier on with the Northern Strikers managing to get over top of the Manukau Raiders. As we said in the drop-off, I think the first one that we've had under the new rulings, so just getting clear, each player had to get 4 on the field straight away, and it was going for 2 minutes, not a first to score and then right of reply. It's 2 minutes now, so whoever's leading at the end of that 2 minutes. And yeah, the Strikers very happy at the end and managed to do the hard mahi to get through into the final later on.
Yeah, so we'll see a Metro final coming up against the Northern Strikers in the men's division, but the action is with the women's now. As we see the 07 Heat, they'll look to run this back door. Yeah, a bit of an ankle breaker, I think they call that one.
We'll see that on Instagram again tonight, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Play on call, perhaps. Yep. Fair call, referee. Good comms to the winger, didn't adjust, and good ears by 07 Heat to go through, play on from that.
And these are the new rules that really help the attacking team. Our links and wingers, even on the opposite side of the field, they have to get up off the line. Just unfortunately, she was caught offside there. So the play on, and the 07 Heat, they take the lead. 6-5, 6 minutes to go. And like you said earlier, maybe a bit of a variation in the attack down this end for the Northern Strikers.
Yeah, starting to go the early switch. Probably didn't want that late cut. I think Holly Williams had done all the work there. Unfortunately, the player cut, and it's one of those coach killers that you'll have a wee word later on. But yeah, exactly what we were saying. That sort of one-off attack and then try and reset and play again, rather than drawing that defence into a defensibility.
Yeah, may have been a little fumble in there, but the ref didn't see it. So 07 Heat, they come away with it.
Yeah, got away with that. You probably heard the pause in the commentary box while we both said nothing, seeing what was happening. As the Heat come through, Morgan trying to set up to get on the back end of a scoop. Strong touches by the Strikers. Looks for that ball.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think she went the wrong way there. She went back to the open side, whereas they had an overlap. As we see the replay, here's the tap here, and here's that I think it's the next one. Yeah, there it is there. Not much in it.
Yeah, well, I'll stay securely on the fence on that one, even with the slow-mo image. And that's why I don't have the referee whistle, or do not want to have that referee whistle out there either. So very good call by the referee. We carry on. And the striker's coming down now off the back end of that set. T is getting on the ball. Good chop line, and that's where, unfortunately, it was last touch, but that's where you get those choppers coming in, second phase play, and you'll get that overlap. So that's where I'd be looking to go if I can get that word out to the players or the next pods coming on. Just the speed of play into second phase and look to get that overlap from there. So we'll see if the Heat get their fresh legs on now. Looking to drive through the field. Morgan staying in here, looking to get maximum time on the ball. Really control things. Good passing into play, and here we see a good pod. Morgan, Mary, Ellen, Edamia, Morgan on the ball again, looking. Oh, nice body work there to just get away from the toucher, and dots down again, which I think now gives them a 2-point lead.
Yeah, and she's their go-to on the 5 here. As we see the replay, it's just another quickie play. Left foot, step the saver. It's not often you see that, but one of the best to do it. They extend their lead by 2 points here. Unofficial score 7-5. Just under 4 minutes to go. And like you said, would like to see a bit of variation in the attack and also working off the ball. Some nice chop lines, no early cuts on the late. And here we see the chopper line. With the backdoor play, they went for the tuck, and it was a good finish there by the Northern Strikers.
Yeah, great read, well executed on that. We see Holly Williams looking out the back door there, gives the winger plenty of space and time to dot down. Great skill set there right in the corner too, so nice hit back by the Strikers.
So just over 3 minutes to play here. It's plenty of time. If the Northern Strikers can defend this one out, get one more, could force our second drop off of the day. But we see once again Morgan Morrow setting it up out there, and it's just an easy check.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's again just experience from Morgan. She knows she gets on the ball. She had that quickie in the step back last time. It just holds those defenders, and especially that link defender, you see, just holding that space in tight, because she didn't want her to dive on her middle, and it just created that space on the outside to give her link just enough time to dot down. So great experience and great eyes there from Morgan to set that one up again. She's coming to the fore here for sure.
So the Northern Strikers, 2 minutes to play. They can get one here to tighten it up. There was a chop line there, but unfortunately the pass went astray. So the 07 Heat back on the board. They'll just look to complete here. They have a buffer of 2 points. 2 minutes to play. They'll get some fresh legs and hopefully set a nice platform just to complete the set.
Yeah.
And they have.
Great work.
Morg's on the ball once again.
Morgan Morrow, Nikki Crombie, experience everywhere to get in this, and Nikki gets another one scooped through, cruising through, finds the player, I think Amani Shepherd there.
Yeah, and it's a nice little jink here, and she puts her hand out just to get away from her defender, as we see a nice little scoop there. And there, it's the stop-start, created a bit of separation. And that's the second finish there by Shepherd. Just getting herself in position, in the right position to score the try.
Yeah, as we head down, looks like around about a minute left. Strikers will be looking to notch another one here. Good execution. Holly Williams on the 33 peel, looks to the long ball winger. But again, the 07 Heat winger just stays out. Good defence. Didn't get drawn in there. And the Heat, look, should just settle this one out, get a full set down the line.
Yeah, and I must mention the wing defence, because it is now a specialist position out there, and we've seen some nice reads from both sides. So good to see these provinces breeding some good wingers through. We see another scoop. What's the ref going to call here? Yeah, another offside play. Just caught short of the 7 metre.
Yeah, difficult one there as the 07 Heat did get in behind the strikers, so it's really hard to tell who was onside and who's not, but the only person that knows that is the referee, and they saw that, call that and give the Heat a chance, but just playing through the time. I think that's final hooter there as we see that. And the 07 Heat look pretty happy to get ahead, 9-6 unofficial score there, and looked like really came to the fore that experience of Nikki Crombie on the scoop through. Morgan Morris certainly stepped out in that second half, was prominent in everything, and really liked the work of Mary Iramia Allen as well through that. So just that little bit more experience maybe got them over the line ahead of the Strikers.
Yeah, and it was a good start by the Northern Strikers. As we see, both teams, this 2020 campaign coming to an end. 07 Heat, they take third place. Northern Strikers in fourth.
Three men in the middle. Our team list sound a little like this. Our two co-captains for the Manukau Raiders. Maddie Sinclair wearing 1, Clayton Arthur wearing 6, Estella Passage wearing 2, Callahan Hector Morgan 3, number 4, Francis Morrison, Hayden Chillow 7, Taste Thomas Taylor number 8, number 9, Andy Burger, Wolf wearing 10, Sheldon Tucky at 14, number 15, Takuha Wilpasi, Ken Claudia wearing 17, Anthony Sinclair at 18, TJ Brown wearing 19, rounding up the Manukau Raiders, coached by Mark Flavel with Michael Kavanagh, his assistant, managed by Lorena Hawakasi Flavel. That is the Manukau Raiders, their opponents, the 07 Heat. Led by Alyssa Graham at number 2 for this game, Taha Kimana at 3, Shannon Tururi at 6, the other leader in the group, Huey Davis at 7, Shaq Stone, Simpson at 8 today, number 10, Taylor Hawkeye, Noah Hotham at 11, number 12, and Jordan Tuakana Hudson, Carlos Savage at 13, Howard Morris at 14, number 15, Oliver Foot for the 07 Heat, Vivian Jones at 16, Chris Hibbity at 19, and Riley Martin wearing 20 for the 07 Heat.
Alright, no reira e hoa ma. As we see both sides there just huddling up. See the respect between the two provinces, and no doubt a lot of these players would have played together in the higher grades and coming up through different grades as well. E hoa, who are your standouts for throughout this women's grade in this 2020 PTL series?
I think from those teams, what I saw, definitely see the experience coming through of Morgan Motto, Nikki Crombie. Not sure if she was here in the round 2, but certainly stand out there again today on there. And coming into it, I hadn't seen or heard too much around the Mary Iramia Allen, but probably a standout in the tournament for me. Just bringing everything from defensive abilities with their skill sets, got more and more confidence on the ball coming off the sweep, nice dives. But certainly from the strikers as well, I did like the work of the Foster sisters. Zoe Sosic was really strong in many of the games that I was watching, and Holly Williams, did a lot of work in there through the middle and setting up off the ball for the strikers. So plenty of great young talent, and that's what we want to see coming through in this series.
Yeah, absolutely. We see a lot of young talent coming through. Speaking of talent, we go from the women's to the men's as we see the 07 Heat men's side line up for their final in the 3rd and 4th. And we see they will take on the Manukau Raiders, who are the home side here. E hoa, another big game coming up.
Yeah, this is a cracker. There's names all across these two teams, so it'll be an absolute battle out there. Both teams would have, I think, been expecting to work their way through to the finals. So 3rd and 4th, they will have had to clear their heads from not making it through in the semi-finals, making sure that they clear all of that out and refocus and reset for this game here, because no one wants to lose this one either. So big game coming up for this for sure.
So we see the Manukau Raiders for this men's third place final going up against the 07 Heat. And let's start with the 07 Heat. They are they're a stacked side. A lot of the players played last year in the grand final for the Barbarians, I think they were called last year, and have come back, and they will be disappointed to miss out on the final this year, but they're just stacked with a lot of a good mix of young and old players, just talent right across the board.
Yeah, that's right. There were lots of them in that Barbars team last year, so great to see, and we should have mentioned that with the women's as well. It's the first time in here, so the 07 Heat, the first time for this franchise, so they'll be relatively happy coming through to here, but yeah, certainly names across the board. Would expect to see Mitta Graham sort of lead from the front here, but yeah, just got so many. Aoife Jones, Shannon Tumuri, Tiwi Davies helped them get through in that last game, so yep, they'll be excited, and as we see right across the board from that 07 Heat team, we expect all of them to stand up and have a pretty outstanding game.
And looking over to the home side, Manukau Raiders, they also have a lot of experience in their side.
Yeah, they do. Obviously led pretty ably by Clayton Nafaro and Maddie Sinclair. But what I do like is they've also got those younger players coming through. So Eldon Kaki, real standout in that last game, and has been through the earlier parts of the tournament. At Chase Pomatato, we've got a number through here which all given the opportunity can certainly turn a game, but most importantly I'm sure what the coaches have been saying is just as we talked about earlier on in the recent women's games, just set your platforms really well. You know, defence is going to be the key in these finals, and that sets the platform for you to then get down and have a bit of line attack, so structure will be key for a start here to get ahead of the game.
Yeah, and we spoke about it earlier. This Manukau Raiders side, they did go down in the earlier semi-final in a drop-off, so they'll look to get to finish off the series with a win here, take away third place. But they have a big challenge ahead of them in the form of the 07 Heat, as we hear the famous 2-minute music start. What are you expecting to see out there in terms of attacking play?
I think if I'm seeing from the 07 Heat, their first ones will be just looking to see what Manukau Raiders actually going to do defensively. So run a couple of simple plays. If you score off them, that's awesome. But if you don't, what you're looking for is to pick up on what defensive structure they're sort of looking at. Are they staying a little more man on, or are they creating the shuts nice and early, which allows you off the back end to really try and dominate and put them in two minds. So look, I know if you get down on the line, they use a lot of interplay with the ball just to draw both middles up. Once you've got them, the quickie game is really strong. But we're certainly seeing a lot of sweeps or backdoor plays coming. So that's probably where I would expect to see the Heat go first of all.
And we see a nice mix of players, young and old in this side. Experienced players, Shaq Stone, Mitta Graham out there. In the links, Taha Kemara and Noah Holtham in the middle there. We've seen this attacking side as we see 07 Heat. They'll take the first attacking set. They'll just look to settle here with a couple touches, and they go the backdoor play. Shaq Stone look to go second phase there, and he is called short, but the touch is made by the saving middle. So we see fourth touch here. They look to set, fifth and final. So it's a good defensive set there by the Manukau Raiders. We see the Raiders, their first attacking set. They'll just look to take their defensive players off and bring some fresh legs on. Some attackers. Nice yards up the field. Look to spread it here. Come to this last play. Go to the 32 long. And it's just a nice transition. Good platform. Beautiful left to right. Manukau Raiders making it look easy.
Yeah, that was great. And two of the people we talked about earlier on, Maddie, Sinclair and Clayton, they defended that set out and actually got the yardage going. Maddie, nice, strong to get over halfway, picked up 10, 15 metres easily, and that allowed that platform, just disrupted the heat and gave them a chance to rip a long ball, which was great dot down by the winger in the corner, but equally could have been able to push it back into that link. So great start. Manukau Raiders will be happy with that.
Yeah, so we see 07 Heat here look to respond. Form of Tiwi Davies. Tuakana Hudson there. He'll take the pick. And a nice chop line. Carlos Savage. Good response.
Yeah, and that's great. Carlos will be happy with that. We saw a look back to the last 2 rounds, and man, he's done a lot of the donkey work up and down the field. So be happy to get on the score sheet there, chopping a great line. Just left no chance for the Manukau Raiders winger to get in on that one and be out. So, yeah, nice comeback there from the Heat.
And I like that play from Tiwi Davies. He's usually the striker on the ball, but he's set a platform there for the younger player, Jordan Tuakana Hudson, to do the pick as we see. Nice outdoor play.
Yeah, 32 long there, caught the middle from the Heat, just a little bit too tight. And what you're really hoping there is that your link can just short side blind him. But they had gone wide, just created the space, and managed to just stroll over the line there really without too much trouble. Yes. Could be a high scoring one, this one.
Yeah, absolutely. So Tako Haropati, he takes that one. A nice out ball as we see Carlos Savage come down the lane. The quickie bounce there, and Noah Holtham, he slides through. And they're going to give it. Bit of ping pong out there at the moment.
That's exactly what I was just thinking.
sorry, bro.
Nah, but exactly that. And look, this is the quality of what we're seeing. Is these two teams have been against each other. The coaches have worked some things out attacking wise. This is exactly what we see. You know, try after try after try. The key thing will be defensively. How do you stop these things? Because they're absolute weapons out there, really, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. So we see this Manukau Raiders side back on the ball. And the young player you mentioned, Alden Kake, the right foot step off the back door. Good defence. See them go this out open side. Good defensive set there by the 07 Heat. After a try, so they'll look to yard it out here. Bring some fresh legs on. Mr. Graham staying on the outside there, so he's just coasting up the field. They'll look to go over to him on this fourth play here.
Nice, Jordan back on the ball again. Mitta sitting there, late one for Tiwi. Yeah, good complete set. Toughly, a good defence by the Raiders, I think, to snuff that one out. Mitta's normally pretty high level of execution on those and reading which one to hit, so good defence there, didn't give him any option. As Maddie comes in, a bit of pace. Clayton, as we go, looks for the overlaps. Coming back in, creating more space on the other side now. Tiwi Davies just managed to nip him on the back there, so good chasing defence by the Heat. Reset their platform there. Got Maddie on a flick on. Just didn't quite go to hand for the winger of the Raiders.
Yeah,
but again, just looking, the Raiders really looking to up the tempo on the coming through on the yardage, aren't they?
Yeah, they're fresh legs. They come on and they're just running at 100%. And it's good attack because it doesn't allow this defence of the 07 Heat to set themselves. Oh, we see a nice transition here. Players just making their way up the field. They'll look to go wide here. Set for 32. I think that's Owa with the ball now. Look to find someone.
Ooh. Yeah, nice work there by Awa Morris, scooping through on the short side. Got plenty of space in there, just couldn't quite connect. And referees picked up penalty for the Raiders. A little bit of collision in and around there, but we play on. Raiders now getting over, or just a little bit of a bobble maybe there, crossing the halfway, gives the Heat a turnaround. They'll be happy with this, looking to capitalise as they get pretty much a whole set in their attacking half. Carlos is coming over.
Carlos Savage there. Get some fresh legs on. Some of the younger players. Noah Holtham. Taha Kemara. See, the two young players working together. So Mittergraham there, set the 32 platform. Long ball, but good defence there by the winger. So we see this transition here once again by the Manukau Raiders.
That's the background noise you can hear.
A few airplanes flying overhead.
Let's hope it's not the old Eden Park of the back in the day where they were flower bombing the fields for the rugby. So hopefully that stays away. Just a little bit of extra added value for the spectators down here at the park. As the Heat look to put on their jets, come through on the attacking line. Mitta setting the platforms there for a little play. Noah trying to dive in. Good defence again by the Raiders on their line. Got maybe 2 touches up their sleeve. Mitta's looking to set another 32. Through in the behind. No, he picked up a touch and pass there, so held it just a little bit too long. Had the idea was right. Looked to get in behind it as those defence players lifted up, but just a touch and pass first. So Raiders now looking for a little bit of intensity to get down the other end. Nice work so far. Elder just on the ball, setting platform. Looks like Maddie's going to scoop off that. Oh, nice little play.
Yeah, and like you said before, it's coming off the back end of good transition there. They're just rolling and rolling, and they're looking to go play what's in front of them, and it's just an easy scoop, step back, short ball, and they're just opening them up.
Yeah, that was all to do with the pace off that one. The Heat just couldn't get back and get their structures right, and Manukau Raiders definitely capitalised. So we'll see 33 play here. Jordan, play on, because the link was up in the channel, but he didn't handle it, and it went through, and the play on for the Heat. And we get Ephraim Jones gets to dot down for the Heat, so nice comeback from them.
Yeah, Takuha Ropati in the lane there. Unfortunately, couldn't get his hands on it. And we see that type of defence now with our links getting up in the lane. It allows the winger to release a little bit, but that little pass in behind or the pass over the top, that's the option that's on. So we see Manukau Raiders come with a big backdoor plate. Look to come wide. And there was a bit of ball watching there by the winger, but luckily enough, it was forward.
Called forward. I'm just hoping that's with the wind, because there was a massive left to right long ball.
Yeah, I think the wind's swirling a little bit out there, because the girls were throwing right to lefts. Some nice yards. 07 Heat look to set a platform here. Awa Morris back out there working with Tiwi Davies, and just a little bit of miscommunication, not setting up on that fourth play for an attacking set. So we see Manukau Raiders back out there now. I think Hika calls him the silent assassin, Eldon Kake. I look to go to that right to left, and it's a beautiful ball. But an even better chase out by the winger. Good defence.
Yeah, great D here. I think we've seen just a bit of lift in tempo. Both teams trying to match each other and just lift up in this middle period of the first half. Good yardage patterns. Perhaps trying to capture the defence off or a wee bit tired, so you lift a little bit more on that attacking line. Sets for Mitta. Oh, nice little interchange play. reaps the rewards from that. There's just that experience. Doesn't need to chuck the ball. He knows they're starting to latch on him because they don't want to release too early.
Yeah, well, that's a nice change up by Mita. He's identifying that the defence is just staying man on. And like you said, on that first pick, there was no option. But on the second one, he knows that they're latching. So we see Shackstone once again. They're getting back in the lane. They know that that little pop to the chopping link is on.
Yeah, nice interchange play there. We'll see what comes from this with a whole set. It's pretty tough when you've got Mita sitting on one link and Shaq sitting at the other one, and then the young boys in. You've just got every option to try and defend here, so they'll use, no doubt, probably the whole set to pick off the Manukau Raiders and just get their defensive structure a little bit unstructured. As Shaq comes around on a sweep, quick play, looks to go outside. Ooh.
Yeah, I think it's the link there that's calling the touch. We've seen that a lot with the backdoor plays, that far link just lifting a little bit, just to be a presence in that lane. So we see a variation here, tuck play, good recovery. This Manukau Raiders is running a real man-on defence, and we see once again in the lane there, good intercept. So the Raiders defend out 2 sets in a row on their own line. Alden Kake taking the ball forward, and we see just another roll here and a nice platform, good pick.
Yeah, just great interchange on that one. Again, comes from strong defence, able to shut down those attacking weapons. Strong yards coming off and setting that platform for Matty Sinclair just to skirt, work a little bit inside outside, gets behind the defenders, and by that time you're on struggle street, and not much chance there for the 07 Heat to defend that. Once again, so quick through the line there from the Manukau Raiders, wasn't it?
Yeah, they set a nice platform through their transition phase, and then once they get those fresh legs on, they just take it to another level. And the 07 Heat defence just can't match it. Carlos Savage, Effion Jones, Tuakana Hudson. Yeah, a little bit disjointed out there at the moment. They're just being out enthused at the moment, this 07 Heat side. So another good defensive set by Manukau Raiders, and we see them back straight into it.
So just caught up a little bit there, not quite as fluid as they have been, but there goes Clayton just setting that now, getting on the back end. Matty on another scoop, short side comes back open, little flick. Oh, if that had gone a hand, I think Eldon was going straight through there.
Yeah, see, we see again, even with the clunky start, it's when they get these players on, they just roll through the middle, and they have a move already pre-planned in the box, so they just get out there and run. So we see a little error there by this Manukau Heat side. Bit of fatigue in this first half, and he's going to give it, I think. Matty Sinclair, he's just doing everything out there at the moment.
Yeah, there's definite lift from these Manukau Raiders, and this every opportunity they're getting. Good in-ball back in from Clayton, and Matty gets to dot down, gets a little bit of extra for his measure. But yeah, they are looking excellent every time Manukau Raiders get the ball. Essentially, they're executing very well. So the question will be, with the 07 Heat, that experience across the board, can they match it and continue? Because the tempo is definitely up with Manukau Raiders.
Yeah.
As we see another penalty called here for the Raiders not pushing forward as a whole team. Once again, as we know, everybody's got to continually go forward. Can't drop early and can't stand still. Little bounce out play just to draw them again. Gets the defence, opens them up through those middles. Looks to put a footwork, but well defended again. Again, maybe the Heat just seem to look like they're playing those one-off attack plays and then resetting for another one rather than trying to get a flow, which I think is where the Manukau Raiders are really effective at the moment.
Yeah, it's just a little bit clunky, the attack at the moment. They're not moving the ball. Maybe could start with a little bow or a bit of a float. Run a few Aussies before they actually get into their attacking play. But we see Manukau Raiders just back at it with the good yards, nice transition, and then they go to this quickie platform, long ball. And even though that went out, that's the second best option you can make.
Yep, absolutely, especially towards the back end of this first half that we're starting to count down. You know, still got length of the field, got a good platform set and an opportunity to strike there. Didn't go to hand, but they can reset and now try to put that pressure on the 07 Heat coming out and try and get a little error. But so far looks good. The Heat driving forward off that. Be interested to see what they set. Looking out to that link, so probably a 32 pick for. Yep. Just not quite fluid in that again, which doesn't allow Tiwi to get on the ball and have a strike from there. So the Raiders get ahead again, get across with 2. Nice platform set. Clayton just setting up there. Probably had a couple of words to the boys as they come on, and here's Matty with pace again. He is the up-tempo guy today for sure, which he's seen again. We've seen it through the whole tournament. Probably one of the better ones we've seen consistently through this tournament is Matty Sinclair.
Yeah, and it's a style of play. It's just eyes up footy. He just looks to see what the defence is presenting. Doesn't always go to a set move. See that 32 long net not coming off. So a good defensive set there by the 07 Heat, and they're rewarded with a penalty. So just over 2 minutes to go in this first half. We have a couple more attacking sets here. Look to bring some fresh legs. Tuakana Hudson, Effion Jones, pretty young combo out there, but what are they calling? 7 on?
Yes. It was. So Manukau Raiders would bring it right up to halfway. 7 players on the field at the time was the referee's call there for the 07 Heat. So again, just a little bit of error there, not getting their subbing patterns quite right, having 7 on the field at the time, and gives the Manukau Raiders another chance with just under 2 minutes here by the looks of it to try and extend their lead out a little bit further.
Yeah, so we see the Raiders, they've just been 100 miles, everything. Unfortunately, a little bit of a bobble in that play, the ball. No? Was that?
Forward pass, I think, off that, which was just them going at 105 miles instead of 100 miles. So they're going fast enough, but just splitting a little bit too far forward, and the dummy half had to pass forward. So the referee, great call picked up there. As the Heat bring some tempo in off the back end here, try and get a little bit of pace onto the ball. That wing is definitely not moving, so picked up again there by the referee. So nice consistency is what I'm seeing here. So the referees have really adapted to the new rulings and things as well. So it keeps the game nice and fluid and clearly understood by the players and the coaches and the spectators.
So we see 07 Heat, just under a minute to play. Owen Morris, he goes the long ball. Recount. Good take there by the winger.
Yeah, good take. Touched in flight by the Manukau Raiders as well. So they get a repeat set here. And Tiwi and Mita just looking to play together here. A little inside ball. Just trying to work over with a bit of ball interplay. Brings both middles up. Mita on the ball now. Looks at the link chop. And
yeah, I guess you can hear their box telling them to go. This will be the last play of this first half. And it's just more disjointed play here for this 07 Heat. As we go to half time, Manukau Raiders lead the 07 Heat 5 points to 3. And I guess we'll start with this Manukau Raiders side. They're just, their tempo that they're bringing is just running this 07 Heat off their feet.
yeah, I think so. And I think it's set from the platform of defence. They've defended really, really well, but the lift is really that quick transition and turnover, which gets them on the front foot, driving through, and just excellent execution off the back end. They get in behind the 07 Heat and have taken those opportunities that they've got there.
And we look over to this 07 Heat side. A lot of experience in the coaching staff and the players. What would they be saying to lift in the second half?
Look, they're only down 2. Plenty of these guys have been in these situations before. There won't be any real stress, I don't think. I think it'll just be about those simple things, just getting their yardage patterns going forward well. I think they've haven't been the best at that, so that'll be one of those areas just to tidy up. And if they tidy up those little fundamentals and a little bit stronger in their defence, probably not allowing the Manukau Raiders to flow through the field so well, they need to break that down a little bit. Then they'll get those opportunities, which will put them right back in the game.
So we see both coaches there. Michael Kavanagh, one of the more experienced players out there, coaching this Manukau Raiders side. So we see the highlights from the first half. Beautiful 32 pick, left to right. Matty Sinclair involved in a lot. Takoha Ropati finishing that one off. Just a tricks out play. And we see Matty Sinclair back at it. Just a roll. Just playing, setting a nice platform. Goes the short-sided here. Just running the defence off their feet. And once again, it's just all Matty Sinclair. If he touches the ball, you're almost guaranteed a try.
Yep, it is. So yeah, he's been a standout, and he'll be making sure that he continues to draw those guys along with him. If he's setting that platform pretty high, which he does, his focus will be not letting anything drop and just keep going, keep doing what they're doing, because it's working for them at the moment. And really, it's up to the 07 Heat to try and turn this around and change the tempo of the game.
Yeah, so we'll see the 07 Heat. They'll take the first defensive set. Manukau Raiders to see who they have on attack. They have Matty Sinclair out there. Takoha Ropati far link. Might look to run a sweep play. That's his pet play. So they'll take a couple sets here. A couple touches before they look to their strike. Coming off the 32 platform. Going the long. Just look to spread the ball here. Open up the defence. Matty Sinclair back on the ball.
Yeah, just trying to draw both middle defenders up. They got them up, and Matty's, oh yeah. Yep. So that's the difference now with that, the 7 metre and the needing to push those defenders forward. The more the middles can interchange with the ball, both middles have to continually come forward. You can't push and pull like you used to be able to. And once you've got them both up in 7 metres to play, it's right in the attacking hands to score from those ones. So, a little bit of aerials to get over.
Yeah, some good defence there. Scrambled there really by this 07 Heat side.
Yeah. Matty just picking off Clayton, looked to set up for 32. Matty will look to go short side again. He's burned him. Early pass. May not have needed to throw that one early. He was through and had room to move. See on the replay, nice aerials coming in here with the feedback in from Matty. Footwork just clipped him on the boot as he dived up there. So good defence as we see the 07 Heat come over, interchange. A dummy half picked up there. Not sure if that was the last touch or not, but dummy half all the same, so change over. So Manukau Raiders will look to up their tempo again, drive through the field to set a platform off the back end. Just playing down in the far corner, bringing it open side now. Got the dummy in the play. Love those ones.
Yeah, and we see Manukau Raiders, they identified that defensive link coming up. Just getting in the lane there, losing his feet with the pump, and he just goes through. And it just opens up. It's just nice transition play again by this Manukau Raiders side. And it's also body language out there. We see this 07 Heat, they're just dawdling to the ball, to the tap. Nice finish there by the winger. And yeah, some good consistency out there by the referee on both ends of the field. Just making sure both sides are getting off their line, and like you said, no push-pull. Can't drop back anymore.
Yeah.
Defence.
Nice read from the link, shooting up there to blindside that middle. Knew that Maddie couldn't get onside, so snuffed that one out. That's good defence here. Let's see what they're going to go again. Oh, look to get him on the bounce out. And that's a clever play, because the play before, they saw the link shoot up to blindside from the defence side, which means he's really tight. So he faked that and a little bounce out, and he just caught him playing there. So great execution from the Heat.
Yeah, and it's just good understanding what the defence is presenting. Makes it look easy, but that just comes off the back of identifying what the defence is doing. So they close the gap to 2. 6-4 lead to the Manukau Raiders here. Runner Aussie, 32 loop. Chuck it long, but with the fence. 5th and final hit. Like I said before, no late cuts, no dummies. It's a good defensive set there by the 07 Heat after a try, so they'll look to yard it out here. Shaq just changing up his style. It's getting in to do a bit of mahi. Mita Graham here. Shannon Tōmuri. Awa Morris. So they go to this 32 platform with the tuck play once again. Tiwi Davies burns him on the outside. And the 07 Heat just go bang bang.
Yeah, the body language has just changed, isn't it? They get a couple in and they lift, and that comes from, we saw Shaq just take upon himself to drive hard in those yards. They need those experienced guys, and that's what we said. They won't be under any pressure. They know when to lift, and it's just their turn to actually step up and do that little bit more work to get themselves back in the game and keep them nice and close as we head towards the end of the game. So they know what to do. It's just about execution here.
Yeah, and they understand that there will be momentum shifts in the game. They didn't try force their arm when they were down. Just wait for that momentum to swing back their way, and they go 2 in a row. They look to defend this out. Shannon Tōmuri. Yeah, it's that same penalty again. Both ends of the field getting hammered by these new rules. But it's really opened up the game, hasn't it?
Yeah, it definitely has. Which I think is great for the game, and for those that are the real technicians. It will be interesting to see defensively what comes and changes across the next sort of season or two. But it's definitely opened it up and created more opportunity for that attacking flair to happen, which I'm sure is great for the spectators and for people's try tallies. But yeah, defensive part, statisticians, strategies is the interesting part to me, to see what happens over the next season or so.
Yeah, so we do see our exciting game just get a little bit more exciting. So we see, yeah, they get a penalty off this one.
Ooh.
No.
Nope.
It's going to call the play on. So they have some fresh legs on there. Now they get that penalty. Not too sure what that one is, but we see a huge momentum swing here. 07 Heat. They were down by 3, narrowed it to 1 now, and they're hot on the attack. Effion Jones. Coming back door. Tuakana Hudson. Nice left foot step by Carlos Savage, but it's that lane player again. Getting in there, disrupting the play. So, Manukau Raiders, they defend the set out. Look to get some fresh legs on there. So they're set for this 33 pick. Opens up there, and the dummy goes behind him. And it's just good attack there. Manukau Raiders just rolling. It's their transition that's really killing this 07 Heat. Setting up a nice platform. Just scoring off the back end. Some good yards and an easy play. 07 Heat. They have that young combination again. Taha Kemara and Noah Holtham. Shaq Stone. They come to this bounce out. Touch is called. It's a Graham out there now. They come to this 32 pick. And it's that same lane defense.
And that'll be 0 off the intercept. One of the other rulings coming in, so it gives the advantage a little bit for taking the intercept. So it gives them that extra one up the sleeve. With this speed, they probably don't need it, but they'll enjoy it later on. As they get there, just now drawing them out. Clayton on there with Matty Sinclair again. We'll look to probably get this one back. No, it just caused a penalty.
Yeah, and it's the attackers there just looking to go in and then pulling out. It's making that defensive line just drop back a little bit.
Quickie on the short side and the winger, a little bit of aerial action. Good touch by the winger, but worthwhile when you get a recount. Try and snap a quickie in the corner. Gives the time for the subs to come in as well, as we just see another one of the Raiders starting to head off. Another little quickie play. Yeah, just thinking 2 steps ahead. I think there already had his passed the ball to his mate and was over the line celebrating.
Yeah, he was already thinking about the flick play that he was going to do, throwing the ball back to halfway. So 07 Heat, a little bit disjointed here. Shannon Tomuri on there. He'll look to settle them.
Still plenty of time, though. 10 minutes or so to go. They're, as we said, still down 2 the Heat, so just got to get their patterns right. Throwing a big long ball there, which is probably covered. So again, just not getting the right platform I think they want there. That'll be what they'll be looking at in this last 10 minutes, just to try and up their tempo and just secure a little bit more structure on that attacking line, because every time the Raiders seem to get down, they're a real threat on that goal line. So that's what the Heat will be looking for, those experienced guys to just step up a little bit more, take a little bit more of the pressure off the young guys perhaps, but also give those young ones an opportunity to show a bit of their flair too.
So we see Manukau Raiders, just a nice roll, just running into each other towards the back end of that set. But it's nice yards there. They're going coast to coast every single time. Tiwi Davies, Carlos Savage, he'll set a good platform. Oh, see a bit of a tumble there. So Tuakana Hudson with the pick, goes to the chopper. Recounts.
So it'll be 0 touch there once again. As Manukau Raiders get right across to their box, they'll look to punch straight down that line and get fresh legs coming through, which is Matty Sinclair, as we see. Clayton, I think, running in that pod as well. We see just in the end, Matty on the ball. Rips to the link chopper and just drops the ball, but I think it was covered by the Heat anyway, so good defence by the Heat, but nice attack again. Manukau Raiders just putting the pressure on, as we see Matty push up. Again, now the defensive pressure comes in from the Raiders to try and disrupt the Heat. 3 good touches in before halfway, 4 on the halfway. I think they'll be pretty happy about that. Gives them only 1 from here. Chases them through. Yeah, that's nice defense from the Raiders. Just lifting their tempo a little bit more here, trying to really nail it down across the Heat.
Yeah, and you usually see teams change up the tempo and just slow it down when they have a nice lead heading into the back end of the game, but it's Manukau Raiders still playing up tempo. Unfortunately, a bit of an error coming in there. It's a Graham having a bit of word to the ref. You see, Noah Holtham along with Tahake Mara. This combination. Carlos Savage here on this link to a second phase play. So they'll just reset there. They'll get a Jordan. And just some good defense. 15 final.
Yeah, good defense by the Raiders. They'll be looking pretty comfortable in there, really, and now go to their forte, which has been that yardage down the middle of the field, getting the fresh legs, latching that left middle, looking to get him again, picking on the open side. Gives the winger a chance to show what he's got. Quick feedback the other side. Using the ball. And finally get touched over in the corner. So the Heat right far away from their sub box. Got to move it right across. As pretty much their whole squad looks to get off here. They need someone to stay, which is always Carlos Savage.
Yeah.
Does his yards. I think Shannon Tumuri coming on here. Tiwi. Need that platform nice and strong to see if they can execute one here and get one back. Goes the short side, gets through.
And
oh, just touched on the back. Yep.
touch is called. That's good defence. So we see, Morris go through there. Watch it again. Yeah, just on the left heel there.
Yeah.
But more errors coming through.
Yeah, just gives them another, just keeps them in the game, doesn't it? Like, you just don't want to be giving them anything, this 07 Heat team. If they've got a sniff, 5 minutes to go, they only need to lift a little bit, get a couple. But so far, the Manukau Raiders have done a really good job defensively down on their line. As we see Tiwi come around on the sweep, on the appeal. It's picked up by his defender. So that's been well defended. Let's see what they can get off the back end of this one now. Having seen that, they're going to run a similar play. Runs the dingo. Ooh, nah.
Yeah, and they're presenting some nice tight defence there. This Manukau Raiders side. It's a good shot. It's forcing that inside play to go long. So, Manukau Raiders just rolling once again. Good platform here. And that's it. Beautiful right to left. And we've seen it time and time again. This Manukau Raiders side usually set up for one more dump. But they're just rolling and it's just an easy hands or an easy pass. Good finish by the winger.
Yeah, great vision too by the Raiders there. As you said, they've been, and that's because they've set such a good platform every single time through the middle and the links, that just a little bit of footwork, get on the outside and then release just gives room, because that winger defensively is in a little bit tighter. Didn't expect that and was able to rip to the winger. A great little try there. Ooh. Good defense by the link, stepping up to catch Taha Kimura on that one. Might have a little stinger on the arm and the leg after that one, getting squashed in between those two.
So we see a nice tip on play. Shaq Stone there just showing a bit of class in that link. It's a low percentage play and you don't see it come off too often. Nice little tip on.
Yeah, nice. And once again, it's just that ping pong bit. It just keeps the Heat back in, just close enough, but time is running down. Just on about 3 minutes. Raiders are in no rush here. Get a full set in, get the clock down. Bit of strength in the touches here from the Heat as the Maddie gets on the ball again. Short side, open side. Catches one in the head. and calls him offside. Yep.
Shannon Tomuri's pointing at the mark, saying he was he was onside.
Yep. And Maddie's still trying to get clarification on that. When you got penalty, I think you're happy anyway. But
and that's the new rule, that you can change your line moving back, but you can't interfere with the attacking player. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Yep. So there's not the old shadowing, as it was called, is now you can change directions as you're moving back, but obviously you do need to get to an onside position from there. And perhaps that was what Maddie was just checking about, why he got a stray hand in the face. But comes to fruition, and the Raiders get through on a nice little play here. Sweep play, step and a dive through. Just extends that lead out.
It's another good finish there by the Manukau Raiders. They're providing good variation on attack. Effion Jones back out there now. Shaq Stone. Tuakana Hudson. He's really matured through the series. Tuakana Hudson, he's gained a lot more confidence. Still a young player.
Yeah, he's got plenty of time in the game, I think. I know Mita has got big raps on him for the future. As we see the young ones doing the work in the middle, and the credits will go to Shaq Stone, but that was great work in the middle. Great footwork and decisive. Look at that. Stood him up, drew the link in, and Shaq just gets to step over the try line for another one.
Yeah, it's Effion Jones there. Nice little stop start. It's a pet play from his older brother, Effion Jones, who's in the sub box but isn't playing this one. So you see, Counties Manukau Raiders, they'll have the last play here. Matty Sinclair. Some nice crisp passing out there by this Raiders side. 10 seconds left. So they'll look to go here. They set for a 32 platform. And just a nice dummy. Good chop play, but better defence.
It's a little bit of backyard play going on.
Jungle, I think that's what they call it. Jungle football. But we see the Manukau Raiders, they come away with the victory over the 07 Heat in this third place final. 9 points to 7. So we see they'll have a bit of a mihi here. But a few standout players, some good young talent coming through in both sides.
Yeah, I think this, and this is what this whole part is about, is to bring through these young players, expose them at that high level and get more consistent high level games, which is what I think we're really seeing here. So it's not just you get to nationals and it's just that tournament. We're bringing more to that, which exposes these guys through and helps with those experienced ones to give them those opportunities as well. So plenty of great young ones coming through there. Really saw standouts from Eldon Kake, but that's in those environments of having the likes of Maddie Sinclair and Clayton Nafaro leading from the front, which is what we saw there. They were pretty dynamic in their times through that game, and have been pretty much leading from the front with their teams through the rest of this tournament as well.
And with this 07 Heat side, a couple good young players in the form of Tuakana Hudson, Effion Jones, and we see in the Bay of Plenty and the Waikato regions, they have those two prominent schools, Rotorua Boys High School and Hamilton Boys, just pumping out great talent just year after year. I'm not too sure how long they've made the finals, but it's some ridiculous number at the secondary school competition, just year after year. They're making the finals, so every year there's a lot of fresh talent coming out of this zone. Waikato, Thames Valley and Bay of Plenty, they make up the 07 Heat side.
Yep, and there, as we said with the women's, it's the first. Although lots of these guys were in another team in the first year of the PTLs, that you know, this is the first year for the 07 Heat. So both the men's and the women's, they'll be, you know, happy they've got through this. They would have learned a lot from this, and look to set up their plans and things to come back, I'm sure, in 2021 with a vengeance to get towards those top spots. So nice little setup. As you said, there's plenty of youth coming through in these teams and these squads, and as you said, you know, we're a couple of weeks away from secondary school, so no doubt we'll see some more coming through there, and then that leads into the youth, and then the Opens Nationals coming up in February and March. So just looking forward to finally, after the COVID and that dirty word coming through, that we get to touch playing, and we're into it, and we're seeing some real high caliber stuff happening here.
So a lot of touch football to be played over the next few months. As we see our next round, it's the women's grand final. Te Waipounamu will go up against the Manukau Raiders in the open women's side. As we see both teams they'll look to make their way out onto the field. We have a big final coming up, as we see some Metro players just parked up there waiting for the men's final, which will be played between the Metro. They'll be going up against the Northern Strikers. Northern Strikers have done well this year. It's their first year at the competition, and they made the final. Won a drop off this morning against the Manukau Raiders, who we just watched, and we saw our first drop off with our new rules, going straight to 4 players, 2 minutes. It's a full 2 minutes. It's not the first to score. So we see Te Waipounamu in their huddle, their last little kōrero before they come onto the field. But we'll take a quick break, and shortly we'll be back with the women's open final.
Team lists before we bring our 2 franchises onto the field. First, Te Waipounamu, captained by Janelle Kavanagh wearing 10, and Atawhai Hōtene wearing 4 meg. Saka Ball wearing number 3, Abby Johnston at 5, Patricia Hopcroft at 6, Vera Abbott wearing 7, number 8, Michaela Moore, Jess Fawkes at 9, Maya Joseph for Te Waipounamu wearing number 11, number 12, Molly Neely, Olivia O'Neill at 13, Ella Donald wearing 14 for Te Waipounamu, Annie Timu wearing 15, and number 20 rounding out TWT, it's Jade Owen. They are coached by Damien Bird and Dennis Thompson, the assistant. Tony Wall, the beautiful Tony Wall, our manager for Te Waipounamu. Their opponents today, the Manukau Raiders, co-captained by Tommy Gladden wearing 11, and Jess Ma at number 5, Savannah Asofo Tavita wearing 1, Victoria Pone wearing number 2, my friend Shah Davis is at 4, Jamie Colossi at 6, number 7, Kalai Hulu Destiny Grace at 8, Zaid Sarah Baldwin at 9. For the Raiders, Tori Kulsi wearing number 12, Taya Antonovich at 11. Taya Antonovich at 13, number 16, Alison Morrison, Kataraina Enosa Taifo at 17, and Maya Hitaraka wearing number 19 for the Manukau Raiders. They're coached by Malcolm Davis with Tony Colossi, the assistant, managed by Bernie Tuvio, Eddie Mae Johnson, their tour manager. The Manukau Raiders, ladies and gentlemen. Our three-match officials for this grand...
Hi, e te ti, e te tā, tēnā rā koutou, and welcome to the 2020 PTL series. This is the women's grand final. My name is Te Aurere Pewhairangi, and joining me in the commentary box is Grant Robinson. E hoa, welcome. We have a huge game in this women's side with a lot of talent.
Yeah, we do. It's going to be an exceptional game. I'm sure we'll see plenty of speed and excitement in this game. Te Waipounamu looking to back up from last year, so great to see that they have come through their semi-finals and set to try and attempt to go back-to-back in that one. And obviously in their road is the hometown Manukau Raiders women who are full of great names as well, so really looking forward to this one.
Yeah, both teams stacked with talent. And what I'm liking about this PTL series in the last couple of years, we've seen a lot of different teams make the semis and the finals. It's not the same teams every single year, which means our talent is spread right across the country.
Yep, that's right, and I think that's the strength, I guess, of having this franchise model, is that you're working around those areas rather than specifically within a province, let's say. So you're looking at the South Island through the Te Waipounamu and Manukau Raiders just around their certain area rather than provinces with Auckland and counties and trying to work out who will play where and which module you play at, so that you can go for either or teams. So yeah, I think it spreads that, and that's the strength of this, and it gives those younger ones the opportunities within those franchise settings to really build their experience and understanding of the game alongside the experienced players to really build our depth in there, which is why this is such a great concept.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've spoken to a few of the players and they said it's good to be exposed to a high level of touch so early on in the season, so you're not coming into the season a little bit unfit. You have to hit the ground running, and as soon as the springtime, summertime comes, these players are already in good tip-top shape. I was talking to one of my mates who unfortunately didn't make the Strikers, but he said the benchmark to make that Northern Strikers team, who made the final in the men's division, they had to run a 4:40 Bronco, which is a pretty fast time, and to be running that so early on in the season goes to show how fit these players are. And it just rolls on to the secondary school final and the nationals, and also the big tournaments that are played throughout the touch season.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's part of the abilities of this. We know there's some that have been linked to the NRL Touch Premiership. Unfortunately, that's not going ahead under the Warriors brand at the moment with the COVID conditions. So the PTLs was ideal to kick us off, and it was so lucky. I know behind the scenes we probably had plan A, B, C, D and E to ensure this could try and get done in some fashion, and thankfully, due to our team of 5 million, we've been able to stay at the stage as we can to ensure that everybody can be exposed to this, which shows here with a nice selection of people in the crowd and spectators coming out, and the ability for us to also get it on stream with skysportnext and on Sky on the Select channel. So yeah, it gives great exposure to our game and great opportunity for these men and women to really expose their talents on a top stage here.
Yeah, absolutely, and no doubt a lot of benefits come not only to the spectators but also to the players. These games being streamed on Sky Sport Next, they can watch themselves on Sky and on YouTube as well. They can go back, critique their games, and it also gives them a bit of an advantage in terms of watching their opposition, seeing what they're doing in attack, seeing who's fit, seeing who's, maybe a weak link in the defence. As we see, Te Waipounamu, defending champions, they'll have the first attacking set in this women's final, and they look to go to this backdoor play early on. Nice tight defence there by co-captain Jess Maher.
Yeah, definitely one of the go-to plays for Te Waipounamu, the sweep or the backdoor play, just to test, and they've got a lot of speed and athleticism out there, so they'll be looking to go to that quite a bit. Didn't come off, but they've tested that and now got to put the pressure on the Raiders, who have got that same intensity as their men's by the looks of it, coming through the field. Nice work there by the Manukau Raiders to set a platform and get their first opportunity at an attack down on the line.
Yeah, so we see Manukau Raiders here. They've gone coast to coast and they put a nice looping play and a beautiful finish. And Nosa Taifo, she does a lot of mahi up the field just to set a nice platform here, and she gets the goods on the end of a nice right to left long ball. Nice finish.
Great finish in the corner there.
It's a good start by the Manukau Raiders.
Yeah, very similar to what we just saw from the men's team. Went coast to coast, nice strong platform set, and executed very well in the corner.
So we see Te Waipounamu, their second attacking set. As you mentioned, they like to go to their backdoor plays, really open up the defence. Some good positive defence there.
Yeah, Jade Bowen just on the ball, just a little bit loose. Janelle looks to pick and go short, sneak through, call the touch. So just testing that defence to see. She'll look to do that all day through there with her speed and pace off the ball. Just needed to probably be right in there at dummy half. She had a metre or so where Jade dumped and she had to get on the ball. So just that timing is critical. But with the 7 metres, it gives you every opportunity, and now they get one back here as Janelle stays in. We'll look to set up with Jade and Olivia O'Neill. Chucks the long 32. Jade a little bit of footwork, just testing and probing again to see what that defence is doing. Releases back into the middle. Looks like Janelle's on an early sweep here. Picks short side Olivia O'Neill. Finds the space. Jade's running through, and yeah, nice work there. Atawhai Hotini, the co-captain, sneaking into the corner to dot down for Te Waipounamu and draw it up at 1-1.
Yeah, and it just comes off the back of good speed there. Nice little 3-3 pick. Finds her man on the outside and easy finish. So Te Waipounamu, they draw it up here against the Manukau Raiders. As we see Tori Kolose out there now. We're getting alongside Tori up on net. So Kolose, beautiful left to right. And they answer straight back, Manukau Raiders.
Yeah, that was nice set up there, and what we saw, if we come into that replay, just gone past that a little bit. Great pass there, sees the winger there, but what drew that was the interplay here. Good interplay with through the hands, brought both middle defenders up and created the whole team to have to drop back in there.
Yeah, it's their nice platform there, making the defence collapse. That winger had to turn her hips and come in. Easy long ball over the top. Unfortunately, Te Waipounamu couldn't control that. Just a little error creeping in there. So Manukau Raiders back with the ball now. They like to come tight down this left-hand side of the field just to get some fresh legs on. Look to spread it now. Just back out there. Another strikers as we see a scoop play. It's not bad finish there. They've gone coast to coast. They haven't scored a try, but they've come out with the second best. And that's killing the ball. On the other end of the field, as we see Te Waipounamu look to make some yards. They have to work towards their box. Touch 4 coming. Look to set for their scooper. Yeah, and unfortunately, once again, it's just that platform for Te Waipounamu in their last touch. Need to be a little bit stronger in the ruck there, and Manukau Raiders are rewarded with a penalty, so they get some fresh legs on. They'll just look to eat up some metres here. Kolose back out there.
Yeah, nice interplay through the middles again, just drawing that middle up, getting in behind them. They'll look to probably do that again and try and get both players up. 3-3. Looks for the outside link. Nice defence by the winger. Second phase chances here, bit of room to move. Oh, recount. Must have been touched just in there in flight somewhere, so Manukau Raiders will get another full set on the line. They'll be happy about that. Oh, beats the touch.
Yeah.
And
it's just some good play there by the Manukau Raiders, but unfortunately, they've come up with another error, so both sides, few errors just creeping in early on in this first half. No doubt the coaches will be saying just control the ball, complete some sets, and get into the arm wrestle.
Yep, that's all. Yep, exactly that. We'll draw a penalty from that, just getting the player interrupted in that play. And yeah, it is. It's again that, it is a big final. It's live and it's streamed everywhere and people are all around. So there are those little nerves. It's just about those. That's where the coaches earn their big bucks, the big money. Just calming their players, just getting them focused on the processes that they want, and just those simple systems. And if you can focus on that, all the good stuff seems to come from that. So just keeping the players nice and calm, nice and relaxed, and getting them back to their processes. We see a sweep and they pick on that open side, look to chuck. It's a hard one going right to left against that wind at the moment. So good opportunity, just not quite executed to that winger, as the Raiders look to spread right across to their box, and then they'll just look to drive straight down this line. Oh, but again, a little error once again. That's a couple now, so coach will need to talk to them, just settle them down and reset. But it gives the Manukau Raiders, the Te Waipounamu girls, another opportunity on the goal line.
Yeah, I think they just need to take a foot off the gas, just a little bit on their yards there. They're just overrunning the ball, just losing a bit of control in their ruck. Like the men's side, they looking to go 100 miles an hour as we see a pick play, but touch was made. Good defence there by the Manukau Raiders. Penalty there, touch pass, ref is signalling. Yep. So we see Manukau, here's the replay. And this is the play that they scored on in the first try.
Meg Sycamore there again, so they've got plenty of firepower and plenty of speed through there. So that's the challenge, is you can get anybody on that scoop and they'll probably pick on that short side. So it's definitely that short side scoop and the sweep plays are the focus areas for Te Waipounamu at the moment. And footwork, great diving touch to make that, because she almost got caught up there with excellent footwork by Manukau Raiders.
Yeah, good defence there.
So I think could be, it looks like Jess Ma out there, co-captain for them, so leading from the front, almost snipped through there, but Te Waipounamu get across. Good pressure by the Raiders there to sneak one. Puts Te Waipounamu under a bit of pressure now. They'll be looking to have Janelle off the back there, and Jade looking to scoop through. Hands, bit of speed, I think. She might have just, touch was called just on the back shirt. They really got to watch out for that. They should have shut that one down a little bit earlier, and they nearly snuck one through.
Yeah, we see again just the speed of this Te Waipounamu side. Yeah, touch was called there. Camera angle didn't quite pick that one up, but she called the touch. That's what our game's based off.
Yep, absolutely. The honesty game is nice and strong in our area. Nice chop line. Good touch by the winger. So good defence by Te Waipounamu. They'll look to just set themselves, take a quick breath, and then look to set a really good strong platform to get down the other end of the field, and luckily draw a nice penalty as well. So they'll be glad of that one.
Yeah, so Te Waipounamu, they transition nicely. They come off the back of some good defence into some yards, and they're rewarded for it. So we see same style, just rolling up the field. We haven't seen too many backdoors. And here they're running one here. Look to catch the defence offside. Second phase play, and just some nice defence there by the Manukau Raiders. It's a little bit clunky there, but the ref's calling a recount. May have been a little hand.
Yeah, I think just to touch on that defender, it was unlucky. They had a good second phase there, but needed to go the other way. They looked to come back, and luckily the defender got the hand in around there. But repeat set. The referee's called. That's penalty for the link and the winger, I think, not pushing forward off the line. So just called again.
And I think that's our first penalty for that new rule in this final. So we'll see how the girls adapt. Run to this 32 platform. They go the 32 long, and it's just the easy hands. Good touch again by the winger. As I said before, it is now a specialist position. And a lot of the time you're left out there having to make a decision.
Ooh. Almost got away with that one. Looking at the play on, and the referee's just checking to make sure that there was a touch called, which was by the Manukau Raiders. Otherwise the Te Waipounamu girls were in. So, and another basic error that's really going to cost the Raiders.
It's just a little fumble down this left-hand side.
Maya Joseph, quickie back to Meg Sycamore. Copped one on that one. She's going to need a wee breath after that one.
Here's the replay. They go for the quickie, just the inside check. I think it's the stretch. And these little errors creeping into the game here. It's a low scoring game. 7 minutes left in this first half. Nice yards. Once again, just controlling the ruck there, little bobbles. So Te Waipounamu invited back into the attacking zone. See some good defence. Just rolling out. Another penalty.
Draw a penalty. I think that's the first one from there, so that's okay. But here's Janelle and Jade again in the middle. Look a very quickie. Janelle, look a wee dive. I'll check back into Jade. Second phase, release. Oh, not square. It's really counting across these little errors. Just those fundamentals of the games, unfortunately, are just lacking at the moment, which is letting the defensive team off each time. The Raiders finally get over halfway. A little bit of intensity here. Nice platform set. Looking to open up. Out to a 32. Just checking back in now. They'll look to try and draw both middle defenders up. Bit of interplay. Release on the peel. Space to the winger. Oh, couldn't quite get there, but the referee is holding, and I think it's just called a penalty for Te Waipounamu girls not moving forward.
And it's much better attack there by the Manukau Raiders side. We see they just come for a transition, nice transition. 3 touches, fourth up the field, and now they're attacking their line. They're rewarded with a penalty, so another nice right to left. I think it was Tori Kolose once again. And Nosa Taifo, she finishes. She corrects the error she made just moments ago. And we see beautiful right to left, nice finish. Manukau Raiders take another one, and they extend their lead 3 points to 1.
Yeah, that was very nice, and now Te Waipounamu girls just heading back up into their attacking zone to try and peg one back from that. Looking to create the sweep. Missed the touch, so we're going to still go. There's open side space and good defence. I think Manukau Raiders just called a touch there, so good defence there by number 6 Jamie Colossi, trying to get back into a 3-3 plant. Looking to go footwork. It's man on, so there's not really an opportunity there, so Manukau Raiders defended that out very well. Now they'll be just starting to set their platform, get their instructions right, so they can hopefully get a strong set right down to the far end.
Oh, just lost their feet there for a bit. Well, we see Manukau Raiders a little bit clunky here.
Yeah, good pressure by Te Waipounamu. That's 3-4, not over halfway. This is a very good set if they can hold off the back of this. It's going to be 5 on halfway. Good defence, going to have to pace in here. They could be in trouble. They get out of jail. Manukau Raiders managed to sneak one down the side with good passing through to the winger, to Maya Hetaraka.
Yeah, and it's just a nice finish there. It's similar to the men's game, where it's just some good yards and then eyes up footy. It's just a draw and pass towards the end there. They identified a 2-on-1 overlap down this left edge. And it's unfortunate for Te Waipounamu because they did well in the first 4 touches just to hold out the Manukau, their role. Well, we see Te Waipounamu back on the attack with a chop play, but unfortunately it's clunky once again.
Yep, hadn't quite got the defence structured or unstructured in that one, so it pretty much went to a man on. The chopper was chopping straight into no gap, so just need to review that, I think, the coaches, and just send out a new message with the next attackers when they get a chance. But as we say that, the Raiders just caught there a little bit, but looking to get a flow off the back end of this one. Again, sort of caught around the halfway, but using the ball well to create some space, and is going to get through once again. So looks like they get caught up, but managed to make the best of it and run away and dot down another one.
Yeah, I think Te Waipounamu has identified that Manukau comes down this left edge for their first 3 touches, and they are just really jamming that side. But unfortunately, because they're pushing this edge, it opened up the space out there. I think it's Jamie Colossi who's been pretty quiet in this first half. She dots down for her first.
Yeah, it's not really one you can give too much space to, Jamie Colossi. You look right there, speed and pace to burn on that one once she gets an open view to the line. So, yep, but as you say, she hasn't been too involved, so we'll be interested to see what she's got in the second half, whether she needs to come to the fore. But at the moment, Manukau Raiders are looking nice and strong at 5-1, just leading into the back end of this first half. Te Waipounamu, again, Jade and Janelle working there in the middle. She caught her offside and referee's going to play through. She has, so Janelle Kamila manages to peg one back for Te Waipounamu. It's about 1:30 to go in the first half. Good just outside, and I think just caught her offside, gives her the opportunity to dot down.
Yeah, and it's a good response there by Te Waipounamu just before this half time. They're down 5-1, but they narrow the gap. Hopefully they can D out this set just before half time. So we see a backdoor play here. Ref's called play on. It's given that penalty. So the Manukau Raiders, they get another set of 6. Attacking their line. 40 seconds to play. A look to go here. Tori Colossi back out there.
Peel play, looks to go short side. Nothing doing there, so she brings it back through to the middle. Gives a quickie on the link. And touch is made. Good cover there by Te Waipounamu girls. Counting down to the last seconds here. Look at a sweep. They've gone the short and looking for the comeback open side. I think she might have nabbed that one.
Yeah, and it's just a nice right foot step there. Tori Kolose just finishing it, but I think it was Victoria who took the scoop. As we see, goes the blind side, right foot step, draws the inside shutter, and just that easy pop. So the Manukau Raiders well in control of this final, lead Te Waipounamu 6 points to 2. So as we see Te Waipounamu look to go back to their box, what will their coaches be saying in this half time?
So Damien and Dennis, I'm sure, are just reiterating to the girls that, you know, it's probably not been the ideal half they've seen, being down by 4, but they've had the opportunities, probably clearing up those little errors and mistakes, the little turnovers. It's costly. It is a game of, you know, completing the sets, executing down at the far end. So there was a number of basic errors there that we saw. So they'll be looking to tie those up, change those around, and give them the opportunity to get back into this game.
And we see Manukau Raiders, they've adapted well towards the back end of that first half with just some eyes up touch and some eyes up tries.
Yeah, they've done really well. Probably tightened up the defence through the middle for Te Waipounamu, which has given those opportunities out wide, and obviously in the back end of that half there was a couple of opportunities just through the yards, through some good eyes up play and nice passing from the Manukau Raiders girls to create some space on the outside where perhaps Te Waipounamu were pushing up a little bit tight in those areas. So yeah, you'll take those ones all day.
Yeah, as we see Jamie Kolose dot down in that one. Older sister also out there. Tori Kolose claims that one. So we see Jess in there telling her troops, no doubt saying they're in the lead, but let's not get complacent, because there is 20 minutes left on the clock in this women's grand final. It's a lot of touch to be played. So we see the highlights of Te Waipounamu. Some of their tries from the first half, it's just creating space in between the defender. So we hear the 30-second call. Last 20 minutes of the PTL Series 2020. In this women's division, Manukau Raiders, they'll have the first attacking set of the second half, and they're in the lead 6-2 above this Te Waipounamu side. There's the horn.
It's the foghorn. There's the charter boats coming in on the wharf.
So we see some strikers out there now. Just smart. Her hands on the ball. Jamie Kolose playing this link. She'll look to come backdoor here. Like we said, we didn't see too much of her in the first half. That's her first dive of the match, and she gets a try.
Yeah, she must have heard our comments earlier on, just to step up in the second half as she comes through. Good step back in, and yeah, good honesty there by Janelle Kavanagh, just saying no, I didn't quite make that touch. So referee plays on and dots down. So Manukau Raiders get another one and go up just with the first minute gone in the first half. So they'll be happy with that reply.
So they extend their lead 7 points to 2, but there's no shortage of experience in this Te Waipounamu side. See, it's still a little bit clunky on attack there. Some good defence, and the wind's also picking up out there, so communication will be huge. See the backdoor fake, they come right to left, and it's open on this far left side, and it's a beautiful ball, and it's a nice finish by Te Waipounamu. Atawhai Hōtene, co-captain, to second for the day.
Yeah, very good. I think Maya Joseph on the ball there had a nice strong right to left, and just set up by a nice sweep play on the link, which just does seem to open up the players on that open side and pick, and if you've got a nice strong ball and that wing is in tight, you've got every opportunity, which they picked up. So score unofficial 7-3 there. Manukau Raiders back hot on attack now, trying to pick up. Looked like they were a bit busy. As Te Waipounamu look to yard out now, just caught a bit upright there, needs to get the ball down. Heading to far side now to their box, looking to get those fresh legs on. Probably looking just not quite got them on. Wanted to latch on the middle there as they come through. Final one, Jade Bowen driving in, and Janelle working as a good pod together, almost on that 7. Scooped through. Didn't quite latch with Janelle there. The Manukau Raiders get away, and they'll be looking for a strong set to come all the way down the other end of the field.
Yeah, so it's nice coast-to-coast touch at the moment. It's a bit of arm wrestle out there. Easy yards for this Manukau Raiders side. They look to take it up a notch here. Ma back out there. They run this backdoor play. Jamie Kolose. It's good defence.
Good defence. Just saying, just touched her on the hair there, which is the unfortunate part of having the long hair. It does flail out a little bit. My daughter actually asked me about that, whether that was an unfair advantage if you had long hair, now that she's starting to get into her touch career. I said every opportunity to shave your head if you want to, like the boys, but she didn't think that was too cool. So as the girls carry on here, Te Waipounamu with some good intensity here, looking for footwork again. Maya Joseph drawing pass. Nice pass there, nice footwork again. Maya Joseph constructing that one well, and we get Atawhai Hotini, the co-captain, dots down for a double.
Yeah, and I feel a bit of a momentum shift here. Te Waipounamu seem to be in control. They run a nice tuck play there, and they're finding a bit of space through Hotene on their left-hand edge. So we see Manukau, they maintain their lead 7 points to 4, but the gap is narrowing. Come to this starter play once again, but the variation, come to the left, to the right, sorry, and it's a left to right. And once again, it's our winger, Enosa Taifo. She's been scoring everything today.
Yeah, I think that might be her hat trick for the day. Nice ball out there, just caught the defence just a little bit too tight in once again, so good eyes up again seeing that, and that's been sort of where they've gone to. The tightness of the defence has created those opportunities out wide that we're starting to see. As we've got Janelle Kavanagh back in, look with Jade in that same pod, trying to structure another one, gives Jade the quickie on that short side. She releases, but no room on that side for that one, unfortunately for the Te Waipounamu girls, and gives the Manukau Raiders a little bit breather and gets them to set their structure for this yardage to hopefully get down the other end and get some fresh legs on and see what they've got.
So the Raiders with the ball now, and they come to the same nice little push out there just to take a few extra yards, and they're rewarded for it.
Yeah, I think that was Victoria Pone. Great footwork and ability to just work in and around those defenders to get out of the way, and then also drew that penalty. So really put the Manukau Raiders on the front foot here. More pressure on the Te Waipounamu defensive team as they look to just slow it down, looking to get right on the right players. Looks like a sweep play. The feedback inside looks like might have beaten that defender, I think. So nice little sweep play, step back and a check on the inside created the gap, and just a little bit late on that shut. Yep. Defender making the touch, couldn't get back onside quick enough in the air. The feedback in.
See.
And maybe a little injury picked up, or just run out of a little bit of puff at the moment, but hopefully she'll be okay with about 13 minutes to go in the match. I'm sure in a final you'll do everything to get back on there, so hopefully she's okay.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit winded there as we see Te Waipounamu come to this left edge once again, but they have it covered this time. But they're penalised out there. So you see Shah Davis back on her feet, which is good to see. Ready to go, get back out there. But Te Waipounamu, then hot on attack at the moment. Good defence.
Good, and that's good just off the first touch, just seeing what the defence is, just getting them nice and tight through those middles, as now they'll look to run a sweep play, just drawing those two middles up, probably gets them in a play, bit of room, touch there as well. Just crowding a little bit in this corner. I think when you're trying to run that sweep play, you want to have a little bit more room to move. So as they just try and open it up a little bit, Meg Sycamore are going to sweep round the back end, probably pick and come open. Yep, looking to release to that winger again. It's a foot race, and great work by Inosa Taifu to make that touch, and the handover to Manukau Raiders.
Yeah, so the Manukau Raiders just dictating the tempo at the moment. They've slowed it down a little bit. Yeah, they've going back to this little push out off the yards. They see this the Waipounamu side really bunching. We saw in the first half that it really worked for them just to shut that yards down the side, down the edge. So the Waipounamu back with the ball now. And we see they're just making their way up the field. They got some strikers out there, some fresh legs. And they look to set for a platform. Some good yards. Nice dump on the 7. Left to right. But I think the ref's called a forward pass. Just hand over. So Manukau Raiders back with the ball now. Look to bring some fresh legs out. So Davis back on her feet. She's back out there. Ma. And yeah, fortunate to get a penalty there. The Raiders.
Yeah, that was just an unfortunate trying to touch and essentially knocking the ball out of the player's hands there. So penalty for that gives them the opportunity, as we see nice interplay. A little quickie with the check back inside. And we have Jess Ma, captain leader from the front, gets the dot down once again, but nice little play between, I think, Shah Davis and her. Yep, so feed the quickie back inside. The middle is never going to be able to get back and pick that one up. So nice interchange there by a bit of couple of the experienced girls in the team. Stretches the lead out now. Manukau Raiders out to 10-4. Still 10 minutes to go in the second half.
Yeah, nice little combination there. Shah, prominent in this county's Manukau side, and Jess for the Auckland. They're usually playing against each other, but nice little combo today for this Manukau Raiders side. As we see Te Waipounamu back on the ball now. And we hear in the sub box just a release. It's good work from the defence on the inside, just to allow the outside players just to release a little bit earlier, to go back to man on. Well, we see Manukau Raiders just keep rolling, keep coming at them, similar to the men's.
Yeah, that's right. Just as we get a little error there, I was just thinking the same thing. They're really starting to roll through and starting to lift that tempo, which creates the Te Waipounamu girls to roll back and really need to be pushing up pretty hard. So, yeah, certainly shades of what the men's were doing for Manukau Raiders, and now have to defend this out once again. And we'll see if the Te Waipounamu girls can get a little bit of attack on the line and come up with another one to tighten this up a little bit. As Meg drops down, sweep comes around, players are there. Good defence there.
Yeah, and it's just nice talk there by Jamie Kolose, who just got high in that link lane. She didn't make the touch, but she was just there, she was present, and it just put the attacker in two minds and allowed for her inside to recover So we see the Manukau Raiders. They look to come to this far end. It's a good attacking set there by Te Waipounamu, just killing the ball on the far end, and they're rewarded for it.
Yep. Another little error like we saw creep in that first half. Just at unfortunate times for Manukau Raiders as they were trying to get their set out and get fresh legs from the sub box and put them under a little bit of pressure here as we've got Maya Joseph, Meg Sycamore working in tandem here. Just separating away from each other a little bit, but Raiders nice there, looking a little bit more man on so they weren't caught into that shut, which is what Te Waipounamu are looking for. As Meg brings in, releases to Maya, looks for the inside, trying to replicate what Shah ingested earlier on.
But just going to that follow play.
Fifth and final touch here. We don't want that coach killer where the defence falls apart. Yeah, good touch there. Manukau Raiders will come up with another one.
Speaking of coach killers,
they must love defence, this team. They must love it. Gives another opportunity to Te Waipounamu. Just getting a little sort of flat with these turnovers and things. We need a good release there. Maybe a second phase coming. Yeah, just the play getting in the way. Maybe Janelle gets across there. Calls a penalty, so referee saw the infringement first. But it was a nice little interchange play, created a second phase for that team to shut. That's probably what we want to see, a little bit more running attack to get that defence moving first.
Yeah, that's right. This is the Waipounamu side. They're known for their running game, their backdoor plays, but unfortunately we haven't seen too much of it. They've gone back to a more static style of touch.
As we see the second penalty, I think that is. So if they draw another one, there'll be a player sent to the side.
Have we seen one today? Sent off?
Not in our live stream. There was a couple earlier on sent to the sideline. But not so far in these last couple of games, which means the defence is adapting, get those two, and then they're very careful.
Yeah, that's right. I remember watching the first series. There were quite a few, and it was just the players learning to adapt to the new rules, getting back 7 metres, and also rolling off the line and not coming back. So we see a bit of a change up here by Te Waipounamu. As we watch the replay. Finally get one.
Yep, nice work. Little quickie play. Feed Janelle straight back. A little bit of a dummy. Defender can't keep in touch with her. She's pretty quick through there. Nice dot down. So nice set up there. Nice execution. As Manukau Raiders look to come back down the other end and show what they've got in their toolkit on the attack line. 3-3 set up. There's the dingo with the peel around. Looking to release, and the winger Katarina Inosa Taifu is having a game today.
Wow, she can do it all. She's taken 3 on the outside, and this one, she just runs a nice inside line here. It was a beautiful left to right off the dingo, and we see her just come in, swerve a little, straighten up. Oh, that's a beautiful finish. We'll see that on Instagram tonight.
Yeah, those ones we like to see, not so much the when the refs fall over and things like that, but that'll be up there as well. Great work by Katarina Inosa Taifu. As we sweep come open side to Waipounamu, and yeah, good defence again there. They're just a little bit lacking in the attacking flair at the moment, the Te Waipounamu girls, just to change it up a little bit. As we've got Maya checking, looks like Meg's going to come around on the sweep. It's going to come open side again, look for that short one this time. Ooh, maybe a second phase off that would have been just perfect. No, it's called 6 touch. So down to good defence by Manukau Raiders. Snuffing that one out. Te Waipounamu want to push up. Good pressure here, that's better. Putting pressure on the Manukau Raiders girls. And creates the turnover, yep. So that's what we want to see from these girls, trying to get back into it, trying to get every opportunity to get back on that attack line now. Created that turnover, and now we've got Meg Meyer just heading off, getting fresh legs, which we'll probably see Janelle and Jade Bowen coming on. Just playing around with the ball here to get those subs on as we come through. Janelle setting back for Olivia O'Neill of the 32. Long ball to Janelle on the outside with the speed. Dive. I'm thinking the referee says yes. And Janelle Kavanagh notches up another one with that speed on attack off the 32 long ball.
Yeah, and it's just a nice play there. Just some good outside running. Little dummy, little jink. It's a nice dive just to finish. Makes it look easy.
Yeah, and that was well executed, well set up. So nice, interesting if they get another opportunity, whether they can replicate that, or have got the defence in a second mind now as the Raiders get their opportunity. Coming down to the last 2 minutes here in the women's final. Manukau Raiders up at the moment over Te Waipounamu as they come through. Good defence by the winger, just snuffing that one out. Still a fifth and final touch here, so razzle dazzle, late cut to the winger, another round, and nothing there. So good defence, Te Waipounamu. They'll look to go straight down towards their sub box, get their fresh legs on for a final attack on the line perhaps.
Yeah, some good attitude here by Te Waipounamu. They're down by 5 tries, but they're still going at it. Still playing at 100 miles an hour.
Yep.
You see a good pick here.
He'll take a short side and gets the offload. I think to Annie Timu, if I'm right. So Meg blasting through that short side again. It's been a go-to for them most of the time. Good offload. Annie Timu finding herself and creating space and getting another dot down. So Te Waipounamu get another one in there. But we've certainly seen a commanding performance, I would say, by Manukau Raiders to take out this final of the Women's PTL 2020 as we come down the last 30 seconds. Manukau Raiders looking for one final one. Bit of footwork in there, defended well by Te Waipounamu.
Yeah, we'll see. The Manukau Raiders, they'll have the last roll of the dice here. 15 seconds to play. Jamie Kolose, left to right. Co-captain there, Atawhai Hotene. She just gets in the lane, stop that try. So this will be the last play. There's our boat coming back into the harbour.
Final flick on.
Yeah, that'll do it. So the Manukau Raiders, they take out the 2020 PTL Touch Series, beating Te Waipounamu 11 points to 7. And like you said, Ehua, just a commanding performance there by the Manukau Raiders.
Yeah, I think so. I think across the board, some really nice pods of play. So the pairings, I think the coaches got those right for the Manukau Raiders girls. Got over top of those little errors through the play. I think probably they got ahead further than Te Waipounamu with those ones, and executed very, very well, especially with the likes of Katarina and Nosa Taifu coming up with some great plays to dot down and get the Manukau Raiders ahead on the board. But Te Waipounamu were going to push all the way. That's what they're known for down in the South Island. So credit to them. I know that they were pushing hard to get that back-to-back title, but the credits go to Manukau Raiders today. They played a good game and definitely were the better team today.
And still some positives for Te Waipounamu to take away from this game?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you've seen through this their squad a lot of young girls. It is a literally the South Island, so they have to try and accommodate players from all over the region. So geographically, it's pretty hard for them to work together and get trainings. They can't just say, hey, we'll just pop down to the park tomorrow night. But you know, we're seeing some of that strength of the Otago girls come through, which have been a strength in the last few years, and a number of these girls are starting to play together and build into those New Zealand ranks as well, and the younger ones are really getting a great opportunity in this too.
So we see the final huddle in the women's grade for this PTL series. Manukau Raiders just giving a mihi to Te Waipounamu. And as you mentioned, it is the entire South Island, and they have to come up to Auckland every second weekend to play. So it's a lot to ask for this Te Waipounamu side. They took it out last year, but unfortunately this year they couldn't go back to back. We get one more photo. And we see if we can send someone out there just to get an interview with our captains.
It might not be with Te Waipounamu girls. I think they're heading straight to the airport and they've got a flight pretty quickly to get back. Otherwise they'll be stuck up here, which you never know. Some of them might be wanting to do that, but yeah, hopefully we'll get a word with the Manukau Raiders team.
Yep, so here we go. Counties, Manukau Raiders, they take it out, and we cross live now to Peter Walters, who's standing by with Captain Jess Ma.
Tēnā koutou e te iwi. We're here with Jess Ma, the captain of the winning Counties Manukau team. Jess, your initial thoughts on that performance? It was awesome.
Yeah, I'm just so proud of all the girls. I think what I enjoyed most about that game is that we played as a team and everyone went out there and did their bit, and yeah, just couldn't be happier.
And the core skills were pretty good out there, Jess, from both sides. I mean, Te Waipounamu, this is their second year in a row making the final, and I noticed your defence, there were some really good systems put in place here with your defence.
Yeah, when they brought in this new 7-metre rule, we knew we needed to knuckle down on the defence, and that was our goal out there today, so win the defence and just let the attack come.
And did you have a specific plan for Te Waipounamu?
Yeah, to shut down their middle, their cookies and their follows.
Well, you certainly did that. So I'd just like to congratulate you and well done to you and your team and all the best.
Thank you, guys.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. This is our grand final for the men's division. We've crowned the champion for the weekend. Congratulations to the Manukau Raiders now, who will join them as they raise the taonga this afternoon for the 2020 Premier Touch League. It's down to the Metro and Northern Strikers franchises. Let's have a look now, Wanoma, at our two franchise team lists. We'll start first with the Northern Strikers, led by co-captains number 1, Daniel Morgan Puturangi, Reihana Sota Finch at 11, Toby Snellgrove at 2, number 3, Jackson Ephraim Sunny Twa, wearing number 4 today, number 5, Carson Effie, 14 rolls Paiwai at 6, Tuhi Tuta, wearing number 7, George Devon Burgess at number 10, Reese Brown, wearing 13 for the Northern Strikers, Sean Corrigan at 15, number 16, Mason Parsons, Austin Kake wearing 17 for the Strikers. strikers number 18, Northern strikers players for 2020. The co-coach, or the coach rather, by John Foster, Magile, my beautiful friend from the Manukau manager, Tex Tua is the sub-box. That, ladies and gentlemen, are the Northern strikers. Their opponents. This is Metro, led by co-captains Mark Hodson wearing 14, Sean Law at 8, number 1 Nathan Rollinson, Lance Davis at 2, Tucker Hawkins wearing number 3 this afternoon, number 4 Harry Carter, Daniel Nicol at 5, his brother Lewis Nicol at 6, Pokaioa, Kuru Kara, Thomas wearing 9 today, Finlay Barnett at 11, Bobby Matialaki wearing 13, Adam Barrett at 15, Christopher Middleton, number 16 today, and Caleb Nayatachi wearing 19 for Metro, coached by Buildup and Isaac Walker, managed by the beautiful Maggie Mitter. Tia Martiva is the assistant manager, and Tony Mafida of Stats. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Metro. Now 3 match officials for this grand final here at the Premier Touch League. Georgie Haswell, Johnny Dusto, and Tony Arnell, our 3 men in the middle. And while as we get ready now, this is the grand final. As we acknowledge our franchise sponsors, first for Metro, a big mihi to the ASB Showgrounds helping our Metro franchise get to this grand final, and for the Northern Strikers, Foster Moore returning to sponsor the franchise once again and bringing Northside drainage with them. A big thank you to our franchise sponsors for helping all of our teams get to the 2020 Premier Touch League alongside our principal sponsors, One Foundation and Sack Sport with much of our broadcast partners, skysportnext.
Kei aku nui, kei aku rahi, tēnā koutou katoa, and welcome to Papakura. This is the PTL 2020 Open Men's Final. We have the Northern Strikers, Metro men. Joining me is Mr. Peter Walters. Now, Peter, some of the Northern Strikers men to look out for in this one.
Kia ora hoa, yeah, the Northern Strikers, wow. Well done on making the final against the Metro men. They didn't know till today, and after that great win. So, yeah, Daniel Puturangi, the captain, along with Rehana Sauta Finch. So, there'll be 2 good performers, both in different positions. And, mate, I love their lineup. They've got a good mix of attackers, defenders, yardsmen, you know. So, it's going to be a good final, Hicks.
Yes, I saw Portene Rolls Paiwai, Te Tuhi Tuta, I saw them step up today, but definitely Razor on the wing, along with Jackson, are players to look out for. And as we go over to the Metro men who waltzed straight into the final today, Pete, there's some names that you're very familiar with also?
Yes, I mean, made up of 3 clubs. They got 1 from Loaded and the other 13 from Pearl Jam and Playing Up. So, you know, very familiar with their systems and stuff.
Really looking forward to the outside battles there. We've got on this side, we've got Finn going up against Razor. But we've got some, as you like to say, tall limber there. Rolliston's there in the links. We've also got on the other side, you know, Te Tuhi, these sort of players. Mace Parsons, young Boston Kakes come through, and compliments to the Strikers men's team. First time they've featured in the PTLP.
Yeah, look at it. It's some great matchups, some great athletes, like you say, good guys, long levers, Mace Parsons. Then you got little guys that can work tough around the rucks with the Nicol brothers. Mate, it's an exciting matchup.
Yeah, it is, and I know, you know, you've had a bit to do with some of the coaching staff and managers, and we always want to give credit to the backbones of each team. Maggie Mitter, along with Jax Tuala, who's come all the way from Manawatu. We've got Joel Foster and Sage Magilla, who's been part of that for a long time, Buildup Takere and Isaac Walker. But if we go live, we've got a roving reporter out there. Te Aorere Pewhairangi, are you there?
Hi, kia ora, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hi, kia ora, I'm the roving reporter for this one. I'm just down out here by the Metro sub-box, and I was just talking to Coach Buildup Takere just about their game plan. And they got a pretty simple game plan, and that's no one remembers the round robins. So they're coming into it, they've gone almost undefeated this whole PTL series, but this final is the big one for them.
Now, tell me the conditions. Could you tell us about the conditions at the moment?
Yeah, as we see the Metro side coming out onto the field, there's a bit of wind out here. It'll be going from the top of your screen down to the bottom. So for this attacking Metro side, we'll look for left to right, and this attacking Northern Strikers side, they'll be going right to left long balls.
Oh, that's our live roving reporter, Te Aorere Pewhairangi, man of many talents. He's been doing some commentary on the All Blacks games also. Now, Pete, in these conditions, these are great conditions. There's a bit of wind. Sort of game plan you expect to see from both these teams? Yeah,
well, there's one adjustment right there with the wind. So the coaches will certainly be looking at that and where they want to be putting their long ball throws for one. I see Daniel... You see Daniel Puterangi, mate, he's been on fire the whole tournament, and I'm really looking forward to see him perform. He's got a nice low game, good at the quickie options. He mixes it up well, he can drive those snaky runs. I mean, both teams have got guys that are really good on their feet and agile, and they like to work the defence, especially on 3 and 4 when teams are going backwards, running those snaky lines, pulling two defenders together. Yeah, it's going to be a good game.
Yeah, he's led this team very well. And also on the other side, super experienced Sean Law, been around a long time, and he, he's a player, as we call an end-to-end touch player. Pete, defensively very strong through the field, and has also got an attacking game. So there's some excellent strike. And look out for Bobby Matiaraki and also Mark Hodson's. He's been around a few years, Pete, and in these big games, experience counts for a lot.
Yeah, and you're dead right. And you'll see with these experienced players is that they make good decisions, and the strike rate is high. Because they've done things hundreds of times, they generally are better at making those decisions than making good ones.
Yes, and the three officials for this one, they will be the top 3 ranked refs that we've had right through the PTL, Pete, and that's also acknowledgement for their hard work.
Yes, and I think with the new rules that have come in place, and there's a few of them, there's been a good adjustment as we've built towards these finals. I mean, us as commentators, we're learning the new terminology. It's not a touchdown anymore; it's a try.
Yeah, totally confused. So we'll call it a touchdown try. But if you watched earlier on the semi-final, Strikers took on the Raiders. That went to a drop-off, and that's the first time we've ever seen the drop-off where you go straight to 4 players, Pete.
Yep, and new and exciting against more innovation for our sport, new things, and it certainly cuts down the time. That extra 2 minutes with 5 players is bang straight to 4, and normally at this level, you're going to get them at 4. You're going to score at 4.
Yes, so, it was so close for both those sides, but here we've found, as they say, the cream of the crop. Northern Strikers men's team taking on Metro men's team. It's a battle of the bridge, as they say there, Pete.
It is. North Harbour, Northland and Auckland. So there is a couple of guys a little bit further down country in the Striker side, mate, from maybe down your ways, but hey, all good.
Yeah, and I think that's compliments to the competition, that players can put their names into the draft, and if for whatever reason your team is just a little bit slim, that there's an opportunity. And I would like to mention those players, young Portini in there, also we've got young Carson, and also Sunny Tuala. They've been travelling up from the Manukau, I think about 3 weeks before the tournament started, along with the manager Jax. But Pete, you've done it for years. The love for the sport, you'll jump in a car and go anywhere to play our game, won't you?
Yeah, that's right. And I mean, if the opportunity is there and it's within what works with the rules and everything, hey, well, it's fine.
Right, there's that famous 2-minute music, and Pete, you would have heard that for many times now. It looks like the Strikers have got the tap off. I have no doubt that they've got their strike attackers out there. There's quite a few that have actually, Pete was talking earlier about good decision making, and it's quite vital to get this first try on the tap off, isn't it, Pete?
It is, and those decisions are backed up with skill, as the experienced players will have a lot of that. You can make a decision, but you've got to have the skill and the vision to either hit the target, be it a long ball, or throw that short ball instead, pump long, throw short. So this is where these experienced players come in. It's good to see the young fella is at Portini on the ball.
Yes, young Portini. Now here we've got young Boston Kake, 17, standing at left link. We've got young Sunny Tuala in the middle, and on the far right link we've got Mace Parsons. Closest here, number 11, Razor as the winger, and on the far side I'm pretty sure they'll have young Jackson out there. So look out for Portini to either get the ball or run a fake play, I think, on this one, Pete.
Yeah, and it just shows you the confidence and the way these young ones have been playing. For them to be starting, it's a good it's a good point for them, good tick for them.
Yeah, I guess you probably would have thought maybe young Daniel was out there, but here we go, and we've got the countdown there by Pat, and we're into it, Pete. So nice physical touch just to start that one. Tuala's on the ball. Here's Kake, going to bow out of here by the looks. Pass is going to come around on a little... Oh, no.
Yeah, fake sweep play there, and they looked to bounce him out, and that skill wasn't quite there.
Yes, they come up with a bit of a trick shot to start this one off, but here we go, Metro, as they exit. This is going to be so vital, Pete, the team that exits the most and completes their sets.
Yeah, and working through the middle of the field. Nice snaky run there by Sean Law. He made 20 metres there.
Yes, here we go. Hudson's out there. Here goes Pokaiawa Kurukanga. Bobby Matearaki's going to check off there. He's going to get an out ball. Just looking for some nice attacking lines. Ooh, there was a good opportunity there, Pete.
Yeah, it was a flood play. They had numbers there. Didn't quite hit the target with the pass.
And here we go. Once again, this will be the first time that strikers get to exit, and this is so vital. No downtime there, coming through the hands. Nice big 7 metres here that the refs have got. That's a great touch there. Holding up the body, Pete.
Yeah, Metro have made 3 good touches already, and early in the first, just over the first minute.
Happy there, coming off. Goes Toby. Daniel will scoop on the back end of this. Just looking for some players. Oh, runs a little tuck play. The Tuhi Tuta's coming through. Late cut. Razor. Look at this. And great touch. That's good. That's effort on effort there, Pete, from the defence.
Yeah, from both teams. The attack had to keep the ball moving, but well done to the defence. Shifting one side, then the other. It's like maybe a shoulder problem here.
Yes, unfortunately, very committed in defence. And we'll see here on the Sky Next replay, we've got a late cut here. Hodson dives, they come through. This dive here, oh yes, does look like a shoulder here. Number 11. I see the health cares out there, Pete.
Yeah, they'll be tending to.
Oh, knee, I think, Pete.
Oh yes, not too sure what that injury is.
And we do hope the player recovers from that. We've got to move straight back into the game. There goes Hodson. Kurukanga's on the ball. Bobby Matearaki coming to touch 3. That's good defence by strikers.
It
touch
is.
3.
Bodies in front, getting them in front. 2 hands.
Rolliston there. Oh, nice ball playing. Touch 4. They got one white the sleeve. Coming through. Oh, no, that was 5th and final. Good.
Yep. Yeah, good defence.
Good end to the set in the end, Pete.
Yep. So we're in the grind now. Teams both working down the end and trying to finish with a play. Here we go. Be some strong touches in there.
Yes, forward pass off the ruck, quite clear, and that's that good pressure that Metro were applying.
Yes, they're certainly going forward and attacking their attack, Hicker. It's a good strategy on D, attacking the attack.
Well, Metro have had, they haven't played a game today, so they're very, very fresh, and I no doubt they're so excited. Here goes Kurukanga, a little trick play. They might bounce out the other side. It's going to go through the hands.
Geordie there, hits the link. Good touch by the winger.
Young Jackson, and we have Te Aorere Pewhairangi out there. Te Aorere, we can hear the crowd. Pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's good atmosphere out here, and I was just out here with Tuck and Loloselo earlier, and I got him to actually run backwards the new 7 metres, and it's about 5.5 steps as opposed to the 3.5 which we used to see in the 5 metres.
And that you will get you won't get that technical information anywhere else in the touch globe. Thank you very much for that, Te Aorere. And we have our first touchdown by the Metro, and it's that Pearl Jam combination of Nickel and Rolliston. Metro lead 1-0.
Yeah, it wasn't a good defence by the striker defender. He was right on Nickel, and it was just a lazy reach. You got to be more, dominant than that.
Oh, good work there. Good work from Rolls. Just hit bodies in motion, Pete, and he's a real threat, so everyone's sort of holding off him, aren't they, Pete?
Yes, and he's on top of his game, this young fella. A good little body movement here, bang, shift the feet, ball down. Try.
And the strikers strike back. 1-1 here, PTL Finals 2020, Papakura, Massey Park. Wouldn't want to be anywhere else. Comes Unglance. They're just working this defence here. Coming through Nickel again. Oh, he'd like his time again on that one, Pete.
Yeah, I thought he threw it to the spot, and it just didn't connect with the support player. Okay, striker's working off. There's a bit of an overrun there. Yeah, running it. Oh, yeah, look at that strong touch there. Sean Laws, he's made 2 or 3 of those, and look at that, made them lose the ball. They've got to be better than their strikers. They've got to be stronger at the ruck.
Yes, that's almost back-to-back. Made that, this is the top level, Peter, at this level. All those little things get exposed.
Yes, they do, because they happen, hundreds of times in the game.
Here we go, the Nickel brothers. Does really well with this Lewis, just changes the tempo, gets that right target.
Yeah, looking for an eyes up here.
Oh, and there's the brother goes through. Oh, look at this feet. Oh, touch and pass, Pete.
Yeah, I think so. Called by the referee there. They're working towards their sub-box now, the strikers. And another error. The winger just, I thought the winger didn't get over the ball then, but it's a play on, so away we go.
Good adjustment with the strikers. Just putting on so much pressure, Metro, and it's definitely part of the game plan. They've managed to find their way to the back end of the set, little tuck play in behind, goes through the hands.
Oh, he's called play on. He's called play on.
Offside, Pete.
Yeah, he's saying that the touch was before he received the ball. So, yep.
And Te Aorere, that happened so quick. Can you talk us through that one off the back end?
Yeah, I'm just out here by the Metro box at the moment, and they're blowing up. They think their man was on site. But it goes to show just these new rules, the 7 metres. It's only an extra 2 metres, but it's really opening up the play. And sometimes the players, just with their muscle memory, just aren't getting back on side.
Tēnā koe Te Aorere. Here we have Hodson, Tama here, Pōkai Awa Kurukanga, ball in 2 hands. Yes, good release there. Oh, great work. Great work. They went short and then they went long, Pete, with a tap-in.
Yeah.
Great execution.
Yeah, it was, and it's a nice bat on from the winger to that link. Here he is. Pōkai held the ball up well, and just that inside pass. Ball down.
Yes. And that's the speed of Wollaston, and Metro strike straight back. It's 2-2 here. We've got, good 12 and a half minutes remaining in this one. That first 8 minutes has definitely gone quick. Here we have this combination again. Parsons at left flank.
And I must say, Hiko, you'd think that Metro are the more dominant team. They're forcing errors. They're attacking all, but the score's only 2-2. The strikers are in it.
Yes, and I'd like to go back to what you talked about, Pete, about this good decision making. And when you have that extra possession, it can really give you that bonus attack.
Yes, generally the team who wins the possession, the territory stakes, they normally win the game. So, if you're making lots of errors, you're not going to be down on their line. They're going to be down on yours.
Yes, and we have the strikers here just holding on to momentum now. That's the first penalty. They get 2 more and a player will go to the side. Very good discipline from both sides. We've got a little peel here from Porton there. Yes, and they're really closing in on him now. They know they can't fall for those little dummy passes. Tuala here. Oh, the great read from the winger.
Yeah, that was a good touch by the winger. He was well positioned pre-touch.
Really liked how they're setting up these platforms. Really unsure what they're running off them.
Yeah, they're running some good options. There's a passive there. Good defence.
Yeah, great defence there by Lance. He's been in a real defensive mode for this one. Rakim Bobby Mateariki comes up the field. Here comes Middleton. It's touch 3 there on halfway. Nickel comes on with the ball. We got Pōkai there also with his younger brother Daniel. And I'm sure they'll set for Pōkai Kurukanga. He's going to get this.
Lewis off a 32 platform.
Nice. Just goes through the hands. Great touch. He had a bit of time on the ball there, Pete.
Yeah, and he's great on the ball, and he's great with time on the ball, just looking at his options.
Here's this pressure, and they've finally cracked this flying wave defence that Metro have put them through, and they should be able to stabilise the attack now.
Yes, it seems like the strikers have certainly picked up a slight momentum swing there in their favour.
Yes, and I dare say that's credit to... and we've got another injury, unfortunately. Unfortunately, we've got an injury here. Good touch. They should stop this. Go for the injury. Unfortunate. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, maybe a knee injury there. It didn't look good the way he smacked the ground like he's gone.
No, and that's the second Metro player to go down. He wears his heart on his sleeve also, Nickel. Puts everything into into his touch, very committed, and once again we hope these players, we know we've got some great health care here for them, and we hope it's not as bad as it looks, and also well wishes in their recovery, Pete.
Yes.
Now just going back to the first 11 minutes, Pete, they've both thrown up quite a lot of different attack. Who do you think holds the upper hand in that area?
Well, I like the stuff that the strikers are doing. I think they're running some good plays. And the Metro are doing sort of a lot of the familiar plays we're used to, a lot of 33 peels, some quickie options. But both teams, they're different, but similar, Hika.
Yes, yeah, quite contrasting at times. A little bit clunky coming through. So, and I know we would have talked about that. Here comes the speed. Goes through the other side. Thomas coming through, ball in two hands. They managed to get a penalty there. Same ref calling the penalty down the other end. Yes, getting the mark there.
It'd be interesting what sort of sequence they run in this set. Hicks with 6 touches up their sleeve.
Yeah, Nichols on the right side here.
33 peel. He does like to dive. He just the space was closed up there.
Yes, good defence there by the strikers. Stepping, moving forward again. Everyone's suddenly got, that's a great plant, Bobby Matiariki.
Once again, good defence by the two middles there for the strikers.
Yeah,
one up, one under.
Good attitude from the defenders, Pete. They're pushing up and retreating back, releasing well. Here goes Nickel. Great whole line.
Yeah, great. And the link, it looked like Carson maybe was a little bit high in that channel, and that's what happens when you get a high channeling link. Again, you hit that shallow one and you get them behind them, and they miss the touch.
And here it is on the Foster Moore replay. If you watch Nickel hit the speed he's travelling at when he picks the ball, it's not as quick as the hole chopper. It just takes his time, but the hole chopper's beautiful timing, and as you said, got bet on the pass and also bet on that lovely attacking line run. Here's Daniel. Haven't seen Daniel out there for the last few sets.
Looks like he's running a 32 peel. They've been running a lot of these. This time he throws it early to the link.
He goes Parsons. Beautiful agility. Good rhythm from these boys. Great defence there.
Yeah, good diving touch there.
Yes, and they definitely tried to move the Metro defence laterally. Nice rhythm. Middleton with a striked up. Here comes Hodson. These are these experienced players that just do the little things well. Here comes Tama again. Moving the ball. Coming back to Porkai. Porkai over, there's Nickel. Yeah, nice. It's a nice little head nod there. Here comes the speed. It's going to go through. It's play on rule. Definitely looked offside. Yes, and they're just slowly starting to inject their speed to the back end of the sets.
Yeah, Metro are really manipulating this offside rule and working them to the limit. It's very clever. Here he goes, Rollinson, knowing he's quick, knowing he's going to work the guy by shifting sideways instead of backwards to be on the 7 metres. Try.
We're going to go straight back to our roving reporter, Taurere. It's getting hot out there, Taurere.
Yeah, absolutely. It's hot, and the wind has picked up a little bit out here. And just a bit of an injury update. I don't think we'll see Nickel back on, but we saw Finn go down earlier. He was just winded, so he's back out there.
There we have it, straight back from the source, Taurere on the sideline. East Coast represent. Coming live here, 6 minutes remaining. Metro lead Northern Strikers 4-2, Pete.
Yes, the Strikers will be hoping to score in this set. There's a long ball over the top, just not hitting the target. Yeah, they've got a repeat set coming up, penalty.
Yes, and we have that ref again. He's been on these ones, hasn't he, Pete
Yeah,
Dusto?
Yeah, Johnny Dusto, yep.
Georgie's out there now. So this is the first penalty given.
Yes!
Forward pass off the ruck, I think, Pete.
Yes. And it was a good strike by the winger there, Finley. Just come, those strikes when you come from their blind side, they don't see you.
Yes.
That's a good drive.
Yeah, good energy from Metro.
Yeah, Lewis back in there. Touch there. I think that may be 3.
Yeah, they've come down this end quite easy. In this set, here comes Sean Law. Through the hands. Oh, a little tap over. Yes, and I dare say Takare coach would want them to just look after the ball, the pill a little bit better, even though they're up by 2. Stick to the process.
Totally. Consolidate. No errors. They are up, so you're at a point where you don't make any errors and just work through your sets of 6.
Strikers here, and they've put some great pressure, Metro. They've gone back to this Waves style of defence. That's touch 4.
Yeah.
They just got over halfway, and that's a huge win. They're going to make some cheap meters on the back end.
Yeah,
Goes
that's
Parsons.
good defence. Yeah, it's good defence. Yeah, Hodson, he has a habit of catching the ball with his eye. I've seen him do that many years, over the years, that boy.
Well, you heard that live here from Peter Walters himself. He's the eye catcher. Here's Parsons, and must stay neutral in that one. But it looks like they've got the ball back.
Yeah, and Hodson's, he's a tough bugger. He won't leave. He'll stay on.
Yeah, yes, no. He's a tough bugger, all right. Here we go. Here's the speed. Here comes Middleton. Nice strike plant there. Wollaston just going to go through the hands now. Yes, and they've got some really nice combinations, Metro. They complement each other well.
Yeah, and the Metro attacking defence on 1, 2 and 3 has really been working well for them. Certainly shutting down the yards of the strikers. Running that sideline play. He's lucky that Rollinson was the one chasing for Metro. Anyone else may not have got there.
Yes, heads up play there. And I like this from the strikers. They're coming up with ways to counteract this fly defence that they're coming through. Here comes Stanyon. Yeah, quite a few just falling through this part of the field.
Yeah, he's telling the defenders to get off the line, move forward.
Here comes Tatui, who'll have a crack here. Got beautiful agility, Tatui. Nice little low game. Oh, yes.
Ooh, it was on there. Just the defender got his hand in the path of the ball, knocked it down.
And everyone knows when Tatui's on the ball, he's either going to step you or he's going to dive down low. So they done well to stop that one. Can have another dig here. Yeah, easily defended there by Ralston.
Yep.
Hey, but they're keeping them honest, Pete, on the scoreline.
They are. Let's see what they're working for here. Looks like a sweeper play, maybe. No, he's thrown it straight to the winger. And here they go again. 33 Peel, throwing it short.
Yeah, a couple of teammates there playing up, club teammates there. Tatuhi and Bobby Matiariki. Once again, they've got some really nice shape defensively. Yes, stung that touch there. Tuck playing behind. Great read by Finn.
Yes, it was great defence by the way.
Yeah, and you can just hear Metro. We're right next to the sub box. They've got some real positive energy. Their exiting and their wave defence has definitely been a highlight for me, Pete.
Yes, I agree. And look at these snaky runs here. This is where the strikers don't seem to have the same sort of aggressive attack on 1, 2 and 3. They're tending to stay back and subsequently they're getting done easily on the yards.
Yeah, I think the mindset that Metro have come in is a good mindset. Comes Chops with a beautiful left to right, and I dare say that's ball down, Pete.
Yeah, he's calling a touch there.
Great work. He's been very well through this whole tournament, Caleb. I've never really seen him play on the wing, and he's asking for the video replay. Well, here we go. Here it is, and we've got the luxury of having this. Oh, there's Razor. Oh, yeah.
It looked like ball down, and it looks like Razor clipped his boot on the way up. So.
Yeah. Taurere. There we go. 1 minute out. Strikers have got the ball. They're looking to get one on this one.
Yeah, absolutely, and there's plenty of chat out here from both sub-box as well. Keeping in mind these players, a lot of the players are playing up boys and Pearl Jam players as well, so there's a huge psychological battle going on out here as well. So yeah, hopefully we can see this Northern Strikers team get up, get one back close to half-time.
Kia ora Taurere.
And that'd be the reason why they're not as sharp looking as the Metro side. The strikers are made up from players from 8 different clubs, whereas you only got you got basically 2 clubs in there plus Mark Hodson from Loaded. So, yeah, there's a lot more familiarity around each other's play with the Metro side. Bobby
Matiariki left to right there, and the strikers, they'll be happy to keep them out for this set. I think half time will be good for the strikers so they can regroup And also, I know working with Wiremu Takere, there'll be definitely parts he'll be happy with, and I think this wave defence has sniped out quite a lot of the attack from the strikers.
Yes, agree with you there, Hicker. And here we go. Looks like time's up on the clock.
Yes, and you can just hear the energy there. Touch and pass. Touch one, and there we go. It looks like the halftime hooter has gone. Metro are leading the Northern Strikers 4-2 PTL men's final. Now, Pete, we're going to go to Te Aorere to see if he can pick up a couple of points around how everyone's adjusted to the 7 metre rule, Te Aorere. It looks like everyone's quite comfortable with it now.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw in the first series a few weeks back that a lot of players were getting penalised for that 7 metres, and like I said before, it just comes back down to just that muscle memory and knowing. And like I said before, I got Tarkin, got him to do a bit of mahi out here before tap off, and I told him, can you run back from 5 metres out and see how many steps it takes? He said that took him about 3.5 steps. And then I got him to do the 7 metres, which took him about 5.5 steps. So these players will all know that out here, and they'll also know that they have to make those adjustments just to stop those little penalties creeping in on the line.
Now, we've just got a couple of texts in about Tarkin's dancing backwards. Can you confirm or not confirm any of that?
Yeah, I can confirm that he was dancing backwards.
Kia ora. Hey, now we've got the legend himself, Mr. Peter Walters. Pete, obviously, you've been playing for many, many years, and this rule's such a huge rule change in maybe the last 20 years. You've been playing club with the 7 metre rule. How are you finding it, Pete?
Oh, I think it's great, mate. I think it's great. It certainly ends it up in a lot of ways. It's forcing the defences to be better, especially the first saver. That's my thoughts. And plays like cookies and sweeps now, when the toucher, he can't be relied on to make the next touch as well. You've got to have help, and it's going to force everyone to channel better, to shift better, to lift better, to drop better. All those little systems and policies around defence are going to have to be sharper to deal with the 7 metres.
Nice. Now, there used to be a myth whenever you played Peter Walters. Peter Walters never got penalised. But I will say I have been in games where you have been penalised, probably 1 out of 30. Well, now, Pete, how are you finding that sort of stuff in terms of dropping off early? Do you think people are getting caught more now because of that, or is that?
Well, yes, they are, and there's a lot of playthroughs now. You see in this game alone, there's lots more playthroughs. Guys think they're on, they think they got that 7, but they're not. Play through. So, the defences can't take for granted that their teammate is on. You've all got to be ready. That it could be an offside call here. We're ready to shut anyway and close this attack down. And
no doubt you've adjusted some of your drills to support these new learnings around the 7 metre rule. Pete.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, and that's a good point, because coaches have to have drills for all the scenarios that happen in the game. You'll see coaches and teams running plays and drills that they actually don't perform during the game. You've got to run stuff that's relevant and that you play during the game. And I must hold you to task on the refereeing, Hicker. Refs have been my friends for many years. In fact, I helped them by refereeing myself alongside them as I was playing. So, yeah, I like referees.
Yeah, it's good for that, Pete. Excellent. I think Mitta Graham might have taken over your throne. I noticed he just looks at them and he gets a penalty goes away. But I can't.
Experience.
Excellent stuff. And I would just like to say we have the Te Waipounamu teams here. They're travelling back to the South Island today, and we wish them safe travels.
Yes, I agree. Well done to the Te Waipounamu teams, all the hard work they've put in to get here.
So here it is, it's the second half, PTL men's final, Metro leading 4-2. We've got Nickel on the ball, feeding Lance Dave, and this boy can play, Pete.
Yeah, some great agility there.
And he's just played his role today. The attack play hasn't come his way, but he's been more than happy to be a rucking defender, Pete.
Yes. Okay, they've same thing again, same play again, and look at him there. Good defence by the winger.
And they're nice and sharp on those. Forward pass off the ruck. They've been very consistent through the tournament. And I just want to give a shout out to those refs there too. Touch 2. This is a little bit better from the strikers. Tutuhi Tuta coming through. Touch 3. Here comes Boston Kake. Young fella coming through if you haven't been tuned into the PTL. Here comes Sonny and Portene. Sees a little hole short side. Great touch by Nickel. He's trying to get a offside play.
I must say in this, you had to. I must say in this tournament, Hicka, the wing defence has been a lot more improved from previous years. You know, their understanding around when to drop and lifting high and shutting down the attack, especially with all these passive plays nowadays. I've enjoyed watching the wing defence from most of the teams.
Yeah, well, if you've noticed that, Pete, that's definitely pats on the shoulders to the wingers. That's right through the women's and the men's game. You can definitely see that they've been coached a lot better, and we've got people like Michael Kavanagh and these ones that are slowly getting into their coaching. They come from the specialist wing position.
And there's young Kake there. He's got good agility, footwork. Jesus, look at that long dive from Mace Parsons.
Yeah,
he can dive from from 5 metres out.
And the ref's right there. That's a great thing about these calls. He's right there. Rolliston has definitely got his 2 feet behind the line, and that's it's the tries you save that sometimes people don't remember.
Yes, that feeling of scoring a try and holding out a set of 6, they get a penalty on the line. It's got to be that same feeling like of achievement, like yes, we've D'd them out for 6, or yes, we've scored a try. Same feeling.
Here's Bobby Mateariki, and he's definitely been in the groove for this game. Coming through the hands, here comes Mark Hodson. Yes, Bobby's going to get the ball. He's got a nice right to left, Bobby. Oh, just through the hands.
There it is.
Yes,
great hands. He held on to that.
That's quality attack. Great execution, Pete.
Yeah, great play. Everyone doing their role. The man on the ball, vision decision there, and hitting the target.
Oh, I like that one, Pete. Vision decision. Going to use that one. Here we go again. Just draws that
look
first.
At that, yes.
Beautiful release off the pass. And Taurere, I can hear the Metro supporters getting very vocal now.
Yeah, absolutely, especially in their box. And there was a nice right to left there by Chops, and it's just him identifying that there is a bit of a wind out here. He threw a couple left to right bombs in the first half, and he's going the opposite way in the second.
Nice, here we are back live. Danion's out there with Tatuhi coming around. Great touch, like to people they might look over physical, but the touch was good, but unfortunately got his foot in the ruck. But
exactly.
Sean Law, if you ever want to model your defensive touching, he's definitely one player, Pete, to study.
Setting up again. They're making some big touches on defence, Metro. It's really just slowing down that ruck fraction, Hicker. It's good play.
Yeah, and I think these are these areas you can just see where the coaches identified an area where they can get an advantage. Great defence again.
Yes.
Caleb, been really impressed with Caleb. Don't know much about him, Pete. I know he plays Pearl Jam, but he's a presence out there on the wing.
He is, and he's a good size too. He's a good looking, big athlete.
Looks fast. Yeah, that's a drop off. Tatuhi gets that one back. Just asking the question there, the right link. Toby here on the ball. Portene going to get the ball back. Portene. Yeah, that's good defence by Sean Law.
Good defence, yes.
Yeah, good touch too. Yeah. Great work by Metro. Their defence has definitely stood up today.
And that attack wasn't smart by the strikers. I mean, they did 3 quickies. All 3 of them were on the 5 metre mark. You've got to dump on the 7, so the ref gets them back 2 feet on the scoreline.
Yeah, and here we have the analysis here by legend Peter Walters coming through. Pokai, he's just got time for days. Late cut with Tama. Ball there. Yeah, and I could just hear the coach saying they've got to get the middle, so they've been sent certain instructions on attack Metro, and coach will be keeping them to task.
Yes, it's wanting to dump on that middle, so which most teams tend to do on the fourth touch. They call it a latch.
Yeah, get that nice latch. And here we have our roving reporter Taurere just scoping the grounds. Strikers coming through, and this lateral sliding defence from Metro is very hard to crack, Pete.
Yeah, they're defending well the Metro side.
Really well connected. Here we go, nice strike.
Prominent point, and then the open side getting in.
Yeah, just those little things are so big, aren't they, Pete?
Yeah, they are, and it's shown in the scoreline now because they're not winning this territory battle either.
And as you'll watch here, Metro, they'll just do the basics very well here. Touch 3, nice injection of speed by Tama. Coming on again, here's Lance. Good discipline through the team. Captain Sean Law, Bobby Matiaraki's at half-back to Law. This is this double drop. It's always hard to beat. Little tuck in behind. All throws it up, but that's about good territory, and also a set completed. Oh, no, you've got to play to the whistle. That's a great set from the Metro team, Pete.
Yep, they're down there. They basically get down there every set.
Yeah, here's this wave defence, slide defence from them, and they are forcing strikers into a part of the game that's good. That's a good milk from Boston.
It is a good milk, yeah. And bad positioning by the defender.
Yeah, and that's just that excitement of getting up and working for the team. But here we go, Razors out there. We've got young number 13 here for the strikers, young Reese Brown. Play on ball.
He's a very good player, this kid. I didn't notice him in the first half, Hicker.
Yeah, there's a few I think have been playing those roles that do go unnoticed, but he's been consistent right through the PTL young Reese. I've seen him come through the junior grades.
He's very sharp, very sharp.
Yeah, and those are a couple of handy defenders.
Yeah.
And that was the Ad Staff Personal Limited replay. But here it is, 12 minutes. Just over 12 minutes remaining in this one. This is the PTL Open Men's Final 2020, coming to you from Tamaki Makaurau, Papakura. And that was a great touch from Daniel. Daniel's now stepping up. He's also known to be quite physical through his touches and winning the range. They're going to step out of this. Nice little... chops. Oh, that was a good touch, good recovery, Pete, by Carson here, Pete.
It was, because he pulled a little bit straight on that. I thought, geez, you're not going to get it. You need to pull more of a corner. However, he made the touch. Well done.
And it looked like the winger sort of released. Oh, yes. Here we go. This is an opportunity for strikers, Pete, now.
Yeah, it's good intensity now. Both teams going hard.
It's probably a set that Metro didn't finish as clean as they have with the others. And here they go. Touch 3. Good work. Touch 3. They're in halfway. On come the fresh legs. Couple of good power strikes. Dumps here. Just they need to get that energy back up.
Yeah, here we go, 5th and final. Passive out the back. But no, not the execution wasn't too sharp there. Okay, here we go. Metro on attack, coming off their line.
Yeah, strikers subbers come on and lacked a lot of energy. They lacked a lot of punch, and I think someone's got to really grab it by the throat this game from the strikers and inject some energy into the attack. Here we go. Thomas great at this little snaky run. Sean Law. Oh, that's a nice platform. Hodson. Here comes Lance. Steps back into Hodson.
Ooh, yeah, that was the play.
Yes.
You could see the positioning of the attack. That was the play. Long balls and for him to step back.
Good experience from Hodson. Just sort of threaded the arms of the defender.
Yep. Sean Law trying for Cookie on the short side.
Yeah, he's got a great low game. Sean Law. Role for the New Zealand team is definitely that defending yardsman with a good skill set, but he's definitely got a lot of attack. Here comes Nickel. Got to keep an eye on this dude.
You do. Very unorthodox.
Yeah, they're going to run them here. Can hear coach. It's called the touch. That's a great touch, Pete.
That is a great touch.
That's a great touch by Rolls Pieway, all the way from friendly fielding to make that one. Here we go, coming back, Bobby Matiaraki on the ball. Big kia ora ana to all his whānau there, Meitaki Mata. Here we go, he's got a lovely right to left, tuck playing behind, and Nickel just waltz over. Great work, just waltz over with that one, and they were really patient, Pete.
They were, and it was a good passive play to finish. Their execution has been pretty good, to be fair, on attack. And Pokaiawa on attack, he's been showing all the skill and vision. He's been playing really well on attack.
And that was brought to you by the Manurewa local board, that replay there. Coming through, and Metro out to 6-3. Three's never enough, is it, Pete? With 9 minutes to go.
No, it's never enough. They can't take it easy. They can't sit on their laurels. They have to keep attacking.
Coming through there. There's Pare Aroha. Oh, go through the hands. Oh, and that was an opportunity.
It was an opportunity.
There was an opportunity.
Yes.
We're going to go to the rover there. Te Aore Te Pewhairangi, fill us in on the energy on the sidelines.
Yeah, it's electric down here, and it's a very physical game. And that's just coming from the energy from the sub box and the crowd. And I think what's lacking in this Northern Strikers side is a good platform, just a good strong rucks. They have the strikers, but they're just not setting that good dump to allow that striking play to come through. So hopefully with bigger bodies like Daniel, we can see that come through.
Yes, it's been clear. You're right on the money there, Taurere. Once again, there's another clunky ruck. Oh, it's a play on. Yeah, totally agree with you, Taurere. Pete put that up also. And here we go. They've definitely got enough time, and they've got good position here. Daniel Puterangi to stamp his mark on this game. He's been leading this group very well through the competition. Just moving this defence around, pulling out the defence, trying to get those pocket defenders. He's going to get this one. Toby's going to run a little rip play through. Yeah, good touch. That's the second one now, Pete.
Yes. Well, they're careful now. One more after this, and they'll have to lose a player.
Yes. 8 minutes, 6-3 Metro over Strikers. Toby on the ball. Here comes Mace Parsons. They've got some handy attackers out here now. Daniel will get the ball back. He's got this little slide it in. Oh, to the winger. That's a touchdown, Pete.
That looked down. Good try. Good try by the Strikers. They needed that.
Yes, 6-4. Look at this stuff. Daniel comes in, just baits the winger. Yeah, beautiful finish here by young Jackson. And hey, 6-4 Strikers trail the Metro.
7 to go. There's nothing in it. This easy to pull two back here. They need to defend this set and get back down the other end, the Strikers.
Little phase play, and I did hear there's a few auditions going for the local play, Pete. We might put a few names up.
Look like they're making a human tower there.
Here we go again. That's a great touch by Heppy. Yeah, good read there. Razor and, he'll eat those up all every day of the week, Razor Pete.
Yes, and Bobby will always have a crack on those cookies. Very good on the cookies.
Law just pulling out this player. Hodson's at half. Going to run a 32 back the other way, just through the hands. Oh, great touch there. Nice. Good work there. Loved how they released off, Pete, defensively.
Yes. It was good release and good defence. And both teams have been running these 32 peels with good effect, Hickers. It's good. Nice bat on. Nice bat on.
What skill. Sean Law's been in everything. He's been defensively winning touches, winning the range, and it just shows another part of his skill set. But once again, the Metro look really comfortable when they're patient.
Yeah, and they're playing with a lot of confidence. Look at that.
Yeah. It was a good read by the winger. He'd come up, young Jackson. And there we have it, but straight back at it. Metro lead Northern Strikers with an unofficial score of 7-4. We'll get back to you with that score. Here we come through. Here's Sonny. Portini with the ball again. Just over the top. Oh, yeah. Yes, ball to ground. I saw that play by young E4 and Tian McIntyre a few years back. He'd throw it high, and because he can jump so high, even though you had a lane defender, man, he'd just get one hand. It's when they pull it off, it's beautiful to watch.
Yes, it is.
But here we go, Metro, and they're back in the groove. Look at the snaky run here by Nickel, Bobby Mateariki, Hodson, and you've heard these names throughout the game.
There's the latch play for the 32 peel. Quick release to the wrapper. And there is again. He'd have to be close to being one of the best on the field today, to be fair, Hika, young Pokaioa.
Yeah, Tautoko, Pete, definitely. Here we have it on the SAS Sport replay. Come through, ball in two hands, just waiting for, just not sure whether he's going to bite or hold out. And that platform that Pete talked about earlier, the 32, has definitely been the right tool to bring to this one.
And that defender there, I think it looked like Reese. He could have got him on a reach-back touch, like let him go in and reach back and get him, but he was sort of left that reaction too late and ended up in no man's land.
And that's when we talked about earlier, Pete, about the drills and skills that we're teaching now. That's got to be part of the toolkit, isn't it, Pete,
yes,
as a defender?
Yes, it does. Yes, you've got to drill those things. You can't expect players to do things when they haven't had enough training on them. There's that pop over the top, Hika, that Daniel threw that one.
Yeah. And Lance, he's got a great strike rate of reading those. He's one of those guys that he's hard to beat in that lane. Even though it's come out to 7 metres, I've noticed consistently he's one guy to definitely make a present and get in that sort of grey area for the attacker.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good touch, Boston, man. He's lethal on those ones. Yeah, Daniel again, he's got the ball back. Here comes Portene. Yeah, they're not biting on him now, Pete? They're sort of holding as long as they can defensively.
Yeah, they are. And they're showing really good shape on defence. You know, they're treating, holding, letting their mate recover at times, and when it's time to shut, they're shutting.
That's a great touch.
Yeah, good try there.
Oh,
by
good
the,
touchdown. Yeah, Tatuhi.
By the strikers. Let's have a look at this.
One foundation replay. Little bat, a little steps down, checks it over. Defender comes across but just misses.
Yes.
Ball down.
Ball down.
Yeah, nice work there. And they're playing right to the end whistle here. And Tatuhi stayed alive, and then you got Pōkaiawa coming across. Both played junior touch together for North Harbour. Come through the ranks. Here comes Mark, a beautiful setting roll. Oh, look at this, just ease. That platform is just causing so much havoc, isn't it, Pete?
Yeah, they're very smart. They're very sharp, the Metro side. And playing with a lot of confidence, to be fair. They know they're up. You know, they're just running through their systems, running through their plays. Vision decision once again, Hiko, you know, they're going well.
I think when dummy half picks on that 32, that first defender, Pete, is definitely eyes on you.
Yep.
And when you release, you get that overlap 3v2 or 3v1. So it's actually a great play to bring to this final.
It is. And they were all doing it in the first half. You'd think the coaches may have talked about trying to get that link up to make the touch.
Once again, got in the lane. The defence, for me, that the Metro have shown is the attitude that they've come through. And this is touch 2. He got up in the lane. The young Harry, I think it was, that got that one. Finn's just taking his time. This is that patience that you get from experienced players. Nickel on a sweep. Oh, that's a good touch, Pete.
Yep, and they can certainly afford that time and patience because they're up by 4.
Here we go, Taurere. We've got Nickel and Chops on the ball. Minute and a half to go.
Yeah, and we also have Lance out there as well. He was earlier, just before, he had some ice on his ankle. You can see that it's strapped above his boot. So he rolled his ankle a little bit. He took about 5 minutes on the ice, and now he's back out there. So good to see that the winning attitude is there.
Yes, definitely winning attitude. He wants to be out there when the final whistle go. Here comes Nickel, just taking his time. That's a great touch there by Tatuhi. I think Tatuhi's been so outstanding today for the strikers.
He has had a good game, Tatuhi.
Through the hands there, Toby, and they'll probably both each get a set each at least with this last minute of the PTL 2020 final. Here's Reese coming on. Here comes Sonny, and this combination's been great throughout the whole competition. Here's Portene. He's trying to find his little peel play. Nice work through the hands. Oh, that's good defence there. Great defence. Definitely manned up there by Chops. Fifth and final touch here. Sonny with the ball that's coming through their hands. Here comes Carson again through their hands. Just did a nice attacking line. Yeah, good defence again. And compliments to Chops. Could have easily gave up on chasing that, being up 9-5. Shows good attitude from this team. Little check-in. There we go. And looks like Metro will have the set. Could be the last set of this half, Pete.
Yeah, let's see what they do. 15 seconds to go in this game.
Wollaston, everyone's had their hand up today. No matter what job was or what task was at hand, all the players put their hands up here from Metro, and they're going to come through. Here we come again, and there goes the hooter. Mark Hudson's going to finish this one. Game that was played with great sportsmanship, peaked by both teams, and congratulations to the Metro on the 2020 Open Men's winners.
Yep, they played the better game. They're better through the field, better yards, so well done to this Metro side.
And we have our roving reporter there, Taurere Pewhairangi. He will be talking to both captains and interviewing soon. So we're going to head over to Taurere. What a great spectacle.
Yeah, great game out there. Otherwise, we'll just wait for them to shake hands, and we'll get the captains sent tucking over to grab our captains. But we'll let them have this moment, and then we'll get a bit of a chat from both captains.
Pete,
I suppose from here, Hicks, these these teams, and not just these two, but all the teams. Now you see, in the season you go from sort of one campaign to the next. So now I imagine they'll have the week off and then be into training for all their provinces now, leading up to Touch Nationals in March.
Yes, well, I mean, there's a few there that will be going to secondary school, still at school.
Yep.
There's also some after that will be going down to Rotorua, to the Māori Touch Nationals. And then right through that, you're right, you have your big club stuff and provincial trainings. Then there's another form of a whakatane tournament that's happening also in respect to those that have kept that flame alight. And then obviously through to nationals, Pete. So, if you're a young fellow, a young girl still at school and you're part of this, it's going to be great. But we're going to go live to Te Waipounamu.
Hey, kia ora e hoa ma. We have our two captains here. Congratulations e hoa ma. Tough fought battle out there.
Yeah, bro, it was a tough one. Strikers definitely got a fit young team, and we knew we had to match them with effort if we were going to get the dub on this one, so proud of the boys' efforts.
At a club level, e hoa, there were a few of your teammates out there. No doubt there was a bit of banter in there.
Yeah, there was no one in my club out there, so I was a lone soldier, but there was, I could tell from the other teams, yeah, it was hyped before the game, and the boys were loving it. That's the kind of game they wanted as well, to play versus their mates. It was bloody awesome.
You had a few injuries early on, but good to just come through with that.
Yeah, we lost one of our hardest worker, Dan Nichols, so the boys just kind of had to step up and suck in some big ones.
Kia ora, thank you, e hoa mai, and congratulations, enjoy the win.
Cheers, mate.
Check, o kia tu kia korua.
Yeah, that was Sean Law, Mark Hodson. And here we have the injured player, and it was good to hear how they respected him and how valuable he is. And obviously they've given him the last word. And great to see, that's awesome sportsmanship. And even more, just seeing them at the end of the game. A lot of these guys have been playing each other for many, many years, Pete, or have been around the touch straps, haven't they?
Yeah, they have, and a lot of club mates, on the other side. So it's actually good for them playing against their mates sometimes. You can play with guys, but then to actually front up against your club mates, it can be a good thing. It really puts it on you. So.
Yeah, I think it's always good to invest in yourself sometimes, Pete, to become a better player and a better teammate. But Pete, in your eyes, do you see the games in good hands moving forward?
Yeah, it is. And I mean, you just look at these two finals we've had with the women's as well as the men's. I mean, we're running some good stuff and we're doing some good things. We're now adjusting to these new rules, and we have to, because that's what's played in Australia and now worldwide. So, yeah, it's going to be a good season for us. With the whole COVID and everything else, we're one of the lucky countries. There's other countries that still aren't allowed to play touch, so we're very fortunate here, and I think this is going to be a really great season for us as we build towards the next World Cup in 2 or 3 years' time.
And I would just like to compliment Touch New Zealand on this initiative of this tournament. There hasn't really been a stepping stone from nationals to our Touch Blacks. And I feel this is one of those tournaments that is definitely becoming a stepping stone to that next elite level, Pete.
It's been very good for that, and what I've liked is it's been very good for the next tier down to actually run against all the Touch Black players, and say, well, here you go, what have you got? Here's what I've got. And so it's been really good for them. They've learned some big lessons along the way, as we saw in this match with, whether it's getting pushed over at the ruck or dominated at the ruck. There's been some good learnings for the young ones.
And, if we look through all these teams from Te Waipounamu coming out here to the Raiders here in Manukau, heading over to Metro, Northern Strikers, just want to say to all the franchises, Pete, of this wonderful, wonderful tournament, on behalf of Touch New Zealand, Peter Walters, Te Wairangi, and all the commentators, Ngā Kai Whakapāho, all those people behind the scenes, the managers, the backbones of teams, and anyone else that we've missed, tēnei te mihi nui ki a koutou, and that's a wrap for the 2020 PTL.